technically you long rested on the boat when you got to Rivermoot, so you should have been long rested, despite your intense brawl the night before. And then when you got to Rivermoot, you kind of spent like the morning and afternoon shopping and getting ready for supplies, and then you met Mel. And instead of setting off that evening, you guys opted to leave first thing in the morning. So technically, we're still at evening. If you guys want to, play out some more stuff this evening. Alternatively, we can just start in the morning and start traveling.
Let's see. I think Vosner would go to Izzy and say, I know my dreams have been kind of strange as of late, but I appreciate you letting the group hear them out. I'm still not sure if they're prophetic in a sense, but they have yet to lead us astray. But I hope that I hope we don't run into anything ill-foreseen. Is Laurel on?
I don't.
Sorry, I was muted. Where is this coming from? Are you not so sure about your dreams? I thought you were very sure about them being prophetic.
Well, I am sure, but I know that there has to be a balance in all things, so a good amount of suspicion to check to just to keep us level-headed. I've seen many people get kind of consumed with this one idea, which started off as a dream, and then they turned it into something else. So
yeah, I'm sure I have enough doubt for both of us, but I think that there is, as I said, there's reason to be cautious, but to proceed, and if it turns out badly, then we will know better in the future.
yeah, definitely understandable. It's just interesting to have a divine being reach out. But I appreciate your wisdom and everyone else's wisdom, and I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, just be honest about what is going on. There was a long period of time in Moston where you told no one about your dreams, and if they have anything to do with the man that we saw in the Shadowfell, I don't trust them, so if you really did get this from some sort of divinity, then that I can trust, but just be honest about them.
Yeah, well, without question. I don't think I have any reason to hide anything. And I trust our current group right now. We've been through a lot. Even with all the changes we've experienced. But I was being, I guess, overly cautious with the Shadowfell ones. The masters would pull me aside after I had dreamed them, as if they sensed it too, it seemed, in some cases. And they advised to be cautious with sharing that information, and not to get too wrapped up in it. So I guess I'm just asking for you and maybe others to be that level of accountability, because I no longer have that through the guild. It's now you guys.
All right.
I don't want to get us off track or become callous to things around us as well.
I don't foresee that happening, but I appreciate your concern.
Thanks.
Mhm.
After that, Basra just kind of goes off and begins to. Are we at an inn or something, or no?
Yeah.
So, find a bed.
Well, Mel got us rooms. Didn't specify how many rooms, but Mel is covering our night stay at the inn. And I don't know exactly what time it is, but
Yeah, that's really up to you guys. If you guys want to fast forward time a bit and have it be the evening and you're getting ready for bed, that's fine. I didn't have like a lot of stuff planned in Rivermoot, though. You could go to the stables and buy horses, or we could abstract all that out. That's not a big problem for me.
okay. Izzy would tell the group that she has a couple other things to pick up in town, supplies-wise.
Okay.
Are we gonna get horses or?
Yeah.
Do you need
Probably
help?
in the morning, I assume.
Okay. That works.
I have to go AFK for a minute, but Missile would reiterate the necessity of tents as we travel through the Lurkwood.
Yes, we've got our 2-person weatherproof tents.
Excellent.
Okay. So, kind of waiting on Tim. I don't want to push too far forward without him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By
By the way, I did take that off the ledger, the stay at the inn, because during the rewatch I realized that Mel offered to pay.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that. Sure. So, one thing I wanted to note is that there are new icons on your map, which are links to journal entries, something that I'm working on. So if you double-click them, it will lead you to a little journal entry about that stuff. Long term, I'd like to have, the whole map of Faerun and a bunch of things that you know about stuff. And I've got more icons, but they're hidden to you because you have not gone to those places or learned the sufficient stuff. So, yeah.
Cool.
Are those working for you guys?
Yeah.
Wait, where are they?
On the map that you're looking at currently, if you double-click on any of those big icons.
I don't see any new icons.
They're
Yeah, I
like
didn't
little
see any.
squares that cover the city dot. Like if you look at Zymorvan Hall, there's like a little orange
Fire.
fire thing.
I
Yeah,
don't
so,
see
yeah,
that.
I
I don't see
can't-
that.
Right. I can only see one, John. I can only see the.
So, go to your. If you go down to journal notes, which is 2 down from your little person at the top left, it's a little tag, and then there's a purple-looking pin that you have to click, I think. Does that work?
I have a
Map
category
entry.
called map entries.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have that category. I just don't have like links on the map to it.
Yeah, that's my situation as well.
Yeah, so the issue is you have to go down to on the top left, there's a thing called journal notes,
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, if you click that, there's a little pin, and I think if you click the pin, it should show them. It's a little finicky, but
Yeah.
yeah, I should have logged into everybody's account and just did it for you, but whoops.
I see it.
Okay. So you guys go to bed at this inn. It is not a very nice inn, but it is, serviceable. It's clean, but it's pretty bare bones. You seem to be getting what you pay for, and since you paid nothing, well, you do the math. And in the morning, you wake, at a pretty early time, and you come into the main hall of the inn where you guys were at that night, or last night, where you met Mel, and you see Mel put a bag down on the counter to Zelonius, who takes it and thanks him, and then Mel turns to you guys. Who would have gotten up first?
Probably Taryn. Or
Okay.
he'd be up early.
And he sees you, Taryn, and he looks happy to see you, and he says, "Hey, good morning. You and the rest of your group up?"
Is everybody else getting up? Or am I just like out before everybody?
I'm like sitting outside somewhere praying.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty much doing the same thing as you guys.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, we're
Just put it downstairs.
slowly getting around. We'll probably be ready in the next half hour or so.
Great. Did
Joe off needs his morning ale for sure.
all right. So you just head straight up to the barkeeper and get some ale. Do you just like walk past Mel, or do you say anything?
Nope, right past.
All right. Good morning to you. And then he
He's
turns.
like that before he gets his ale.
It's a little early to be drinking, but whatever. And he looks at you, Taryn, and he says, by the way, I never got to ask you about your scales. It's a curious formation. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, they've been growing indifferently lately.
Are you, well, does it hurt? I don't, it's kind of a strange question to ask, but...
No, they seem to be fine.
Yes, alright, well... Curious. I've, never heard of that.
Yeah, it's apparently pretty rare.
I would guess. Well,
Do you meet many Dragonborn?
I've met a few in my travels. Up north we get more of the silver variety, but I've never seen any with multiple colors. Are you a silver dragonborn by birth?
Yeah, I'm born silver. Still predominantly silver, apparently.
Oh, just barely. It looks like the other colors are starting to well, take over, if you will.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I suppose. Did Zolda manage to buy some horses?
I think she was planning on picking them up right before we headed out.
Wonderful. I have requested a horse of my own, so I'm sure we can all go there and collect our horses on the way out.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, the two Isolde and Marcus are out praying, but when they finish that up, we should be ready to go.
Do you know what gods they pray to?
Yeah, Ilmater and Kellumbor, I believe.
Kellamvor. It's a curious choice. Very well. Shall we?
Yep.
Okay, and so as you guys are walking out, Mel would turn to Johoff and say, will you be joining us, or are you going to pursue a few more ales before we leave?
Right, we're just gonna get 3 or 4 more of these down before I'm ready to go. I'll be right out.
Alright. And he walks out with Taryn towards the stables, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. Vosner comes from, I guess, the side street or wherever there's like more trees or something. He was out meditating as well.
Okay. Just general meditation, or was there anything in particular?
General, well, I guess he's trying to like acquaint himself with the nature around here.
Yeah.
And he's thanking the larger natural energy for sending those dire wolves the other day. So, getting acquainted with his new space.
Yeah. Okay. When you show up, he would wave to you. Very friendly.
I wave back and Baco pops out, chewing on some acorns.
I'll wrap up what I'm doing and find the group.
Okay. So you guys, let's just say, all meet up at the stables. Johoff a little bit behind as he's drinking at the bar. Is there anything you guys want to do at the stables, or would you like to fast forward to getting on the road?
I'm good.
Okay.
I have a list of how many horses we need and stuff.
Okay. I will assume you are doing all of the math for that, because I know you did some of that before the session started.
Yeah, I did.
And Mel just kind of mounts up on his horse and turns to you and says, well, I imagine you picked supplies. Is anybody here equipped to care for the animals while we journey? And seeing none, he says, very well, I suppose I will
We
make
all
that
just awkwardly look at each other.
my task.
And horses have to eat.
Yes.
By the way, we got 5 horses, and then the assumption that DeMarcus is providing his own horse, and a pony for Missile.
Nice. Can we retroactively make the pony a small but hardy mule?
You can make it whatever you want. I don't know if I have mule in here. Hold on.
That's excellent.
Oh shit, I totally do.
Nice.
I thought we got enough rations to cover the horses as well.
We did. And John and I worked out a system of assigning different things that are being carried to different horses in the event that any of them get spooked and or eaten.
I don't
So
think we're going to have to worry about that. We've got a really good track record of keeping companions alive.
Yeah.
So.
And mule doesn't taste very good anyway, so.
Yeah, the mule's not carrying anything.
What? He could carry 4 of you. He may be small, but he is hardy.
All right, I gave
So
you a
hardy.
mule, though. Now I have to undo the pony that's in every scene that I prepared for like the next 3 days. But that's fine.
Excellent.
What's life?
Thanks, God.
Yeah. I mean, there was a mule icon and it looks dope, so I can't turn it down.
You're the best.
Actually, it might be a problem. Sorry, fuck. It's alright, whatever. We'll roleplay it as a mule. It'll be a very pony-looking mule for most scenes. So, anyways, so Mel, so DeMarcus doesn't have his horse right now. What's that scene look like where he summons it?
I had summoned it the prior day, mainly because I didn't want to burn a spell slot. So I said that I would. There was a point in the day when I was going to be like kind of wandering around, connecting with my horse the prior day. So it would have been kind of like stabled up, I guess, overnight. So I would have probably kind of been pretty closely connected to it over the last day and throughout the morning and stuff. So I probably would have had it with me the whole time, I think.
Okay. For the record, is it a white horse? Because I have a token that's a white horse, and that was what I gave you, but I couldn't remember if that's actually how you described it before.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, technically no, but now yes.
Retconning your horse color. It's beautiful. Yeah, okay, so DeMarcus comes to the stables already with his horse. What's your horse look like? Can you describe it? Or?
Yeah, it's white, and it actually has a ton of like scars on it that are kind of like permanent to it. So every time it gets summoned, it has an enormous amount of scars on it. It's kind of very like, it's a super large kind of warhorse type, and it has like very like bright blue eyes. And it is like a very kind of like muscular, sort of like war-torn horse, basically. Like it looks very like gritty and sort of like muscular and bestial.
Upon seeing you approach, I think Mel would see that horse and notice that it's special, and approach you and kind of like gesture if it's all right for him to interact with the horse.
DeMarcus sort of like pauses, and you can tell that he's almost kind of like sensing the horse's response to Mel. Does the horse have any kind of like a, if I have to roll an insight, I will. But
no, you could if you want. If you want to roll your horse's insight, you can.
Okay. Because he would kind of be interested in seeing like what the horse would have wanted.
Yeah. Or alternatively, you can roll insight on DeMarcus to see if you can read your horse's expression.
Okay.
Okay. So up front you can't, though you do have a telepathic bond with your horse, so you can speak to your horse at any time.
Does the horse seem like he's kind of like
he's
okay with Mel?
Yeah, he seems fine with him.
So I just kind of nod toward Mel, and I can kind of see what he wants to do, and I sort of gesturally give him permission.
Mel comes up to the horse and seems to be very like competent around animals. He's very calm and soothing, and he touches your horse. Does your horse have a name?
Yeah, it's in Celestial. It means forgiveness.
Okay. And he touches the horse, and he says, "In Celestial, you have seen a great deal."
Does that to me or the horse?
To the horse. And the horse kind of like stares knowingly back at him, and he turns to you and says, "This is a magnificent creature."
Yes, I'm very lucky that he allows me to have this relationship with him.
Indeed. Well, does anybody need anything from the city before we leave? I assume you've stocked up on rations?
I believe that Isolde is taking care of everything.
Yes, I think we are very well prepared.
Very well.
And just so everyone knows, I did go and buy a couple extra things, including 5 hunting traps and 2 lanterns, so that we're not wandering around with magical light like assholes through the woods.
Smart.
Assholes in your magic. Fuck.
Yeah, nothing says undercover like glowing magical swords.
True.
Wait, is it's got names already, or is that up to us?
Mel turns to you and says, "I believe you've purchased the horse, so, whatever you fancy."
Got it. Right, thanks.
Alright. Well, as I will be tending to the horses, someone else will need to lead the caravan. That said, I can instruct you on the way, so you will not get lost.
I've been the guide, right?
Yeah.
I can still be the guide.
Okay. So we are embarking on our first half day of journey, and you are on horseback. So let me open the travel system here. And the idea is that on horseback it's double speed, and you guys are wanting to travel at a normal pace, so you can move 24 miles. So let's do the first 24. Zoop. Now, it is time to roll for abilities. So, the way this works is there are basically DCs, difficulty challenge or whatever they're called, where if you guys basically you're rolling against the environment and against the possible encounters that you might find here, and critical failures are real bad, and critical success is as a 10 plus over whatever the DC is. Just for meta level knowledge, the farther north you go, more likely the higher the DC of the environment is going to get. So the chances of getting lost or suffering ill fate is higher. But now you're in like the southern Luskwood. You're not too, you haven't even actually made it into the Lurkwood, sorry. And so it's not super dangerous yet. So what we're gonna have is the same rolls for the positives. On the positive side, you make the same rolls. So Zolda rolls for Scout. And is
Good start.
Just the best.
What do I roll for?
Survival.
Survival. Woo!
All right. Well, Mel takes care of the animals just fine, but you guys are already off to a terrible start.
Classic.
So you're traveling through the forest, and fuck me, did not expect you guys to fail so hard so quickly. I gotta already check my table of failures. So Jesus, critical failure. Okay. Yeah. So despite what Mel just said, you guys are heading from Rivermoot, and at one point Vosner leads you the wrong direction, and you guys get on the opposite side of the Rauven River, and you start heading towards the mist unknowingly. You get totally turned around, and with the fog, you guys literally just get lost traveling towards the Evermoors until you finally figure out which direction you are as you start heading towards the frozen marsh full of undead. And Mel turns to you and says, "Guys, I think you took a wrong turn at some point. I must have not been paying attention when I was caring for the animals."
I want to point out that Missile would be arguing with Vosner that entire time we're heading in the wrong direction, because Missile always knows which way is north.
Yeah.
And so he'd be persistently saying, "I'm not so sure, Vosner," for hours at a time.
And Vosner would probably say, "When was the last time you actually saw a real tree? It's not in a book."
He would blow air out of his nose and let you continue to make your mistake.
Okay. So basically, what happens is normally you just lose a whole day's worth of or a whole afternoon's worth of travel. But the way we're playing it is like it would be ridiculous if you just ended up back at Rivermoot. So we'll just say you kind of like got off the direction you wanted to. So you're now over here somewhere.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you did not make it as far as you wanted to, and now you're breaking for lunch. To the south, you can actually see the fires coming off of the city of Nesme, and that's one of the things that tips off Mel that you guys have been going the wrong direction. And you guys
So are we like in the mist again?
You actually found yourself close to the mist. The mist doesn't extend totally in all directions of the Evermoors. It's more on the Rauven Road side, or towards Silverwood Forest. But yeah, so kind of, but not like. You guys turned back and like made camp long before you got into that shit.
Izzy's gonna spend the lunch break kind of eyeing the mist every once in a while because she definitely thinks that somehow that is the reason why they ended up here.
Yeah. Very well.
Yeah, DeMarcus has pretty much the same reaction as Izzy.
Okay, so you guys break for lunch and kind of are not at ease, and you guys set out for the second half of your day's travel. And let's do everybody roll scout, and so yeah, you know the deal. Okay. So
Come on.
So
No one has these skills to assist in, right?
no.
I think I could Flash of Genius, right? But that's a little retconned, and Vosner just insulted me, so...
Yeah, I would say, so the problem with Flash of Genius is the idea is that it's momentary, but you know, maybe...
Oh, fair enough.
Maybe... Fuck, how much does it add?
My intelligence mod of 5.
You know what? I'll say...
He's got to ask for my help if he wants it, though.
Yeah, he can. If he asks for it, I will let you Flash of Genius to help on any of the jobs. So, like, you would basically step in and be an assistant, and you're not proficient in any of these things, but because your intelligence is so high and because this kind of fits into your MacGyver-y attitude, you would be able to like catch critical mistakes using your wisdom or your intelligence. So
Vosner would say, I'm still getting used to the area, so...
yeah. And you actually wander a little bit into the mist. But Isolde is able to, using her like astute observation, like point out when zombies are kind of like hoarding around you guys, and you guys are able to kind of like carve through them. But you're getting kind of bogged down and tired, and you it's looking like you're gonna have to make camp kind of in this marsh.
Yikes.
I propose that in the morning, we head north to Rivermoot to resupply and start this journey again.
And Mel just says, yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys, but this is a pretty bad start here.
Marcus is starting to look very aggressive and mad that we are in the mist right now.
And so...
To resupply. We do need to start fresh in the morning and know where we're going. She's obviously a little bit aggravated as well.
Vosner had no clue readiness. He's kind of pissed too, but
Oh shit, I'm supposed to roll the horses against the straggler. Or wait, how did I do this?
Oh yeah, and I'm still the least stealthy thing in this group.
Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah.
A proposition to remedy that. Before we left, I infused a cloak of Elvenkind for myself because I'm not terribly stealthy. Could I lend that to Izzy?
If it doesn't conflict with any of her other clothes, yeah.
Do you have
Yeah,
anything?
does it require attunement?
I don't think so.
What is it called?
So, the only issue is that if you do that, then the obvious one just switches to the horse. It's not like,
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
you know, it's the whole point is the group check.
Okay.
That's fair.
So your
Johan
call.
assists with that, right? With just
Yes, Johoff can assist with the stealth. And technically, somebody can assist with the straggler, anybody who is proficient in athletics.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
So,
That's the one thing I can do.
sure. So, like if a horse was having trouble in some area, you could, help the horse get out of it. With Mel assisting you in animal handling. So, here's how we're gonna roll that. The fucking horse has to roll. And does fine. And
Horsey.
then rolls stealth. Or wait, Laurel rolls stealth. Hey, plus the 8 from Johoff, that puts you at a 20. You guys are able to, let's say, spend the day in the Evermoors, in the mist, and not draw the attention of, say, any banter hobs or anything like that. I guess I could load that scene up again, though, if you guys roll shit again. Yeah, did not anticipate this, but the dice rule. Okay, so let's do a night shift. Who's Damon, I'm guessing, is on watch for all the nights? Or all the watches?
That is accurate.
And how are you doing that? Are you doing it just as you, or are you doing it as your owl familiar?
Are we? Do we need to set up the tents to make camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would sit inside the tent and send E up into a nearby tree branch or whatever.
Okay.
From outside the tent.
So I'm just gonna put the owl in the secondary slot, and then who's taking what shift? If you guys need multiple versions of your token, I can make another one for you. Who's got first watch?
I'll take one of them, but not first watch.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Who's on third?
I'll take it.
Who's on fourth?
I'll get us to the morning.
Okay. So, Zolda, roll perception, and I'll roll perception on this owl for you. Or actually, the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to add the owl's perception to your roll. So the owl gives +3. So Isolde rolled a 20, so it's a 23. Yeah, as the night goes through, you notice some movement of zombies, kind of almost like migrating around, but none come close to the camp, and you don't sound the alarm. Taryn, roll perception for me. Yeah, you feel like just this sense of confidence when you're looking out into the mist, and you just have this feeling like you're on top of it. And
Sweet.
nothing comes. DeMarcus, roll perception. DeMarcus, you spend the night kind of casually watching as Missile's owl just goes in circles above the camp looking for monsters, and nothing strikes you. And Missile.
Gotcha, sorry, I was clicking around here.
You're right.
I'm very perceptive. Did it roll?
It did not roll. Oh, there we
There
go.
we go.
Yeah. The wow, you should not be on watch. Next, Vel's gonna offer. In the morning, he sees you like squinting because you can't see far at all, and he goes, I'll take the last watch next time. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah,
Okay,
nothing happens and everything's fine.
I like how we didn't have Vosner take a watch, even though he has a high wisdom score.
I do. And
I
I'm
just
Well-
assumed none of us trusted you after you led us into the mist. We didn't let you.
Vosner doesn't trust himself. He feels super defeated, and he is hiding off somewhere. I mean, he's close by, but he's nah, he's kind of sulking.
We need to sleep for as long as possible for as many opportunities for dreams to really correct this.
I'll do better next time, guys.
I wanted to take the morning watch so that while everyone else is asleep, I could magical tinker, let's just say like a piece of bread, in order to try to replicate the peculiar smell of Mel's like rain aroma. And so whenever he comes out to chastise me, I breathe in really deeply and then sniff the bread. And I'm curious if I can roll to see if I've successfully replicated the smell of his rain.
Now, I will say, tinkering requires your focus. So if you do that, then you're gonna have to skip on your perception rolls. But you can do that the next night. Somebody else is on watch.
Okay.
Okay. So no bread scene for today, but you guys wake up kind of in the marsh. It's not populated by zombies in this current area, but you're not far off from it. Was there a question?
Earlier in the night, when we could see zombies moving around us, would Damon have been able to tell if there was any kind of actual migratory pattern, or if it just seemed like random zombies moving?
We'll say with this one data point, you can't. But if you want to spend more time in here, maybe you could learn something. So maybe make a note. One point of data for zombie migratory patterns. Okay. So next day of travel starts, and roll for your shit. Oh, before we do that, I guess, is Missile going to use his flash of genius to aid in one of the 3 jobs?
That's up to them to ask, man. I don't impose my intelligence on anybody.
Marcus is definitely not interested in Missile helping him.
Vosner will gladly take any help. He knows when he's been defeated by the elements.
Okay. Isolde, you are able to point out when kind of hordes of undead start moving through, and you kind of put up your hand and stop people, and it allows you guys to kind of move around them instead of going through them. And Vosner, with the help of Missile, I assume?
I was there, but he didn't seem to need it, right? So am I
Well,
committed to using
I
it?
think you have to commit at the beginning of the day, or to at least per travel session, which one you're going to help
Okay.
with.
Well, then, yeah, we committed, so.
Okay. So you guys have a critical success, which means something. you find a shortcut and you find your way out, which means you guys are going to travel faster. And then let's have him do the animal handling. And yeah, you successfully gets the animals through the marsh, and you guys travel 30 miles in your first bit, and you make your way, almost making up for an entire half day worth of lost travel.
Nice.
And let's roll the horsies. The horses do fine, and Isolde rolls stealth.
Plus
Very
Joe
well.
off, right?
Yeah, +8, so it's another success.
Okay.
Between all of you, you get the horses up and moving through the marshes. It's very effective. You guys find a shortcut and a way through the river so that you can get to the other side quickly, and you make your way back in towards the woods. And while you guys are breaking for lunch, Mel addresses the group and says, The person I'm looking for, I know she's being held captive. And, well, the people holding her captive are brutal and violent. And I just want to warn you to be on your guard.
Are they?
When was she taken? Or how?
I think about a week or two ago. I don't know the details. I was just kind of called to do this. I know it sounds kind of weird, but
Called by who?
Yeah, called by who or what?
a dream? I know it sounds really crazy. But the dream seemed real, and it predicted that I'd find you guys. So I just figure just go with it, I guess.
Do you know this person then, or are they not known before your dream?
Well, I think I've heard of this person. I think they know my father, but no, I don't know them personally.
But they're infamous enough that you know of them, or is it just because they're your father's friend?
The latter.
Izzy looks super suspicious. Can I roll an insight check on some of this shit?
Yeah, go for it. He seems to be telling the truth.
Weird truth.
Vosner asks.
Marcus asks, way more interested in this guy now. Do you believe that the dream was divinely inspired? Faith?
A little bit embarrassed to say that yes, I do. I don't consider myself a religious person normally, but this felt religious, spiritual.
Not religious normally, then how do you know celestial?
It is one of the many languages I have learned over the years.
And a man of scholarship.
Missile perks up at that,
Not quite.
but realizes you're not talking to him and looks back down.
Just yep.
Vosner asks, so how would you know you find us? Any sort of clues?
I Well, the the dream told me that the moon would guide my way, and well, I spent a few days just kind of following the direction of the moon, but as you realize, that just kind of led me in circles. It wasn't until I saw your moon necklace that I realized that that's what the dream had meant.
It's interesting.
Taryn kind of looks at Johoff to see how he's responding to all of this.
Silence from Johoff.
He can't believe it.
He's drunk.
He's drunk. He's just passed out drunk.
Sorry about that.
What's Johoff do?
My phone was like being weird before it, so I missed the thing immediately up to it. I was trying to get it to work.
Oh, no worries.
Can you repeat the lead into that?
With everybody talking about how both Mel and Vosner had similar dreams, Taryn is looking at Johoff to see how he responds.
Oh, yeah. He actually is not really listening. He's trying to pick a name for his horse. And so he's pretty into that. So he's missing pretty much most of this conversation, if not the entire thing.
Okay.
Nice.
Missile would ask Mel, do you mean to suggest that your guidance through the Lurkwood is not based on a direct path to Mirabar, but rather following our druid here and his moon necklace anywhere throughout the Lurkwood to find this woman you're searching for?
Oh, not exactly. My dream told me of the location. In fact, I was already familiar with it. So, no, I know where we're going. But, well, the dream suggested that I would need the help of the moon. And, I believe that is your help. Well, all of your help.
And this location is it on the most direct path between here and Mirabar?
Well, the Lurkwood is not full of direct paths. They're, winding and treacherous, and sometimes the most direct path is the slowest way, and the most winding path is the fastest, because the things that sit on the direct path, well, they will not let you pass. And so, that is all to say that, no, I am not leading you on a direct path to Mirabar, but I am leading you on a path to Mirabar, and it is the best one I know.
These things sitting on the paths, are they merely orcs and barbarians and bandits, or are there larger evils in the Lurkwood?
Well, there are many things in the Lurkwood more troublesome than orcs and bandits. But, I would be lying if I said I knew everything that lies in these woods. I will tell you that, one important aspect of these woods is, well, there's a great deal of elves that live in the northern Lurkwood, and they don't allow outsiders to come through their lands. If you traverse those lands unguided, unassisted, and without their permission, you probably would not survive. That said, I was told in my dream that this person we're helping needs to be brought to these elves, and if you can... Well, if the dream is true, then perhaps this is the key to get you through the north of the Lurkwood. Otherwise, you'll have to traverse lots of dangerous woods.
Seems like there are a lot of hands in our journey.
There are a great number of people who are living in the Lurkwood, and we must be careful who we interact with. And he'd turn to Joe Hoff and say, "Have you figured out a name for your horse yet?"
Yeah, well, quite yet. Gotta get the spirit of the animal right, but I'm leaning towards beer wagon.
Delightful. It's got a utilitarian vibe to it.
What?
Sure. Great name. Shall we continue on?
Yes, I think that would be good.
Okay, so let's do a scout roll from Isolde. Vosner, roll a guide for me. And are we just assuming Missile's going to keep helping Vosner?
No, because I only have 5, and those could be useful.
They reset
later
every
on.
day, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay. Yeah, finishing on a long rest, so.
Okay, so Isolde, as you venture into the Lurkwood, you notice that the trees, the density begins to pick up quickly. In fact, you find it hard for the horses to fit through in some spots. And you're observing the woods looking for signs of enemies, and you think that you're able to scout out and clear a path and find a way through without hostility, but it is difficult to tell if you've been spotted by anything.
Got it.
Vosner, with the help of Missile, you guys find an old logging path that services well. That's serviceable. That works for traversing, and you're able to make decent time. And Mel.
Oh, and you need stealth from me as well?
Yes, I do. Mel is able to take care of the horses, and the horsies are doing... Oh, not that. Athletics, for fuck's sake. Oh, the...
They're +7, John.
Oh, right. So, there's a moment where, like the... So wait, how did I do this? Sorry. I feel like what I did was I normally cut the straggler if there's horses. I think that was my intent. So that we don't have to roll for them every time. But I could be wrong.
Makes sense.
Okay. Anyways, between that and everything else, you guys make good time, and you traverse 24 miles. And I'm gonna just head you in the direction that Mel is instructing you, and you guys are kind of at the just barely into the Lurkwood when you guys make camp. And bless you.
Thank you.
So, you guys form
Aaron's
up
allergic to
camp this night, and Mel is gonna snag in, or is gonna jump in for Missile here, and make a perception roll. And I don't know if you guys want to keep the rest of them the same or not.
I would still like to wake up at the crack of dawn.
Oh yeah,
with
you can
Melon
totally do
Watch.
that. You just don't have to have a job at the
Excellent.
moment.
I mean, I'm happy to have Johoff do some, but he's only got a +3 to perception, so.
I mean, that's better than mine. I was just doing it because no one else was.
Oh, I'll jump in for you.
Yeah,
Alright.
same here. I'm a +0, so yeah.
So if Vosner wants to take over, that would maximize our rolls at least, from like a meta perspective.
Okay, you've maximized rolls. Let's have everybody roll. Isolde, roll your watch. Okay. Johoff. Nice. Vosner. Okay. And I'll have Mel.
You rolled a persuasion.
He's trying to persuade the forest. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is on Johoff's watch. Oh shit. Did it break? Can you guys see this one or no? Oh, it's loading probably.
It's loading.
I have an error. Canvas drawing fail. Oh, never mind. Okay.
You guys are camped out, and you light a fire, and there's tents behind you, but I didn't have the graphics to do it. You've parked the horses kind of on the outskirts of your camp, and you're all kind of huddled around the fire. The temperature has dropped pretty rapidly this night, and you find yourselves, those of you who aren't totally resistant to frost, a little cold. The coats that you purchased are definitely starting to be appreciated as the cold even seems to slip in places where you're not totally bundled up, and so you adjust your coat to account for it. And Johoff on watch. What's Johoff's watch like? Does he have any routines?
No routines, but it's definitely cold enough that he basically is sitting huddled showing as little of his, skin to the outside world as possible. He's trying to pull his coat up so just his eyes are peeking out, and he's slowly turning in circles. But other than that, no real routines. Okay.
As you're doing that, and Damon is still, he's in a tent, or let's just say in a tent, even though the map's not really working out for that. And the owl is flying overhead in circles.
Yeah, or if there's a place to perch, it would probably just perch.
Okay. And you notice from a few feet out, Johoff, even though your vision is not great, a figure approach the camp, and he's got both hands up. And you recognize him to be Mean Freddy. And he says, "Oi, no need to stir everybody. Let's just be calm and quiet now." And he's speaking to you, Johoff.
Yeah, I reckon I can probably take you by myself. And I crack my knuckles.
There's no need for that. We just here for the tax.
Oh yeah, the tax, is it? Huh?
Yeah. It's looking like you guys are full of gold, and perhaps could give away some of it, in tribute to your protectors.
What? Well, when I see someone that I feel I owe some protection tax to, I will be sure to give it to him. Now, run along, go on. Go on your way.
He laughs and says, "This here camp is surrounded, so if you don't, if you don't pay up, all your friends are going to be covered in fire before they, wake up from their slumber.
Yeah, well, as I see it, the leader of this merry band that has us surrounded is standing right in front of me. So maybe he's not in such a good position to argue. How far out is he, John?
He is 30 feet from you. Can you see him?
Oh yeah, I guess I can. Like, not in the bright part, but
Right,
like
he's in the dim. He's purposefully standing in the shadow.
Also, I guess I don't know if Johaf knows this about Damon, but Damon can see and hear and isn't sleeping.
Right.
So I don't know if Johaf would know that Damon is going to have his back if it comes to it, but that is the case.
All right.
Who's sharing a tent with Damon?
I think it was Missile.
Is Missile.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's me, man. You better believe it's me.
Missile insisted.
He's totally out too, snoring away. In fact, Johaf can hear the snore through the tent.
He thinks
All
it's a
right, so-
horse, but it's really just me.
So Johaf is going to, with like derision dripping from his voice, go, "Oi, freaky fuckers! Turns out they've got us surrounded. Oh no, we better fucking wake up."
Okay. And, wow, alright. So, as you do that, it's like, we're at the moment in the game where it's buffering, because you, started a chain of reactions that I have to process really quickly. And, okay. So, I'm gonna do this. And roll. Sorry, I rolled everybody's initiative. I just hit the roll all button. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Dice for days.
So what's
I love
new,
it.
guys? How are you?
Well, Mel is up first, but he's asleep, so he loses his turn. Johaf, you are up. As soon as you shout, however, that triggers the held action of a number of things. So prepare for crossbow bolts.
Got it.
Oh god.
Holy shit, none of them can hit you.
Because he's a drunken monk, man. He's swerving
Yeah.
too much and swaying.
Beautiful.
Whichever one is the last one, he just grabs it out of the air and breaks it in half.
He's gotten in their heads, man.
Yeah, do let me know if any one of them hits me, because I have a thing.
Yeah, you did get hit by one critically, and you did get hit by one normally, I believe.
So the critical one, I'm going to do the deflect missiles feat.
I don't think you can decide, like... Well, maybe you can. It seems it feels weird that you'd be like, I'll wait for one to critically hit me to deflect it.
Oh, either one then. Doesn't really matter.
Oh, fair enough.
Which one came first?
The non-critical. So,
That's fine.
I'm gonna still have you down 12 hit points.
Is that what the critical one was?
Yeah, total.
Yes. Fine. So yeah, either one of them. What did the other one hit me for?
Whatever it was, you healed it. It wasn't like a lot. It was like
Right, but it's
6.
important because if it's...
Oh, it was 2.
Okay, so that means I also can catch it and fling it back.
Okay.
at the person.
So you can't see where they came from because they came like literally out of the trees. So what happened was Johaf shouted to the entire group, and then all of the sudden a bunch of bolts came flying through at Johaf, and you ducked out of the way, and like most of them flew over your head, though one caught you in the shoulder and another you caught out of the air. And what do you do? You throw it.
Can I fling it back or no?
I'll say you can throw it at Freddy.
Yeah, I'll do that. So that's oh, whoops, hang on. Hang on.
Yeah. So you why did it not do damage?
That's a good question.
It says healing.
Oh yeah. Recently, I think some patch went through where if the damage type is not specified, it defaults to healing, which is kind of a bad choice because, normally people take damage.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's been happening on some people's spells. But I added the 9 damage. So you catch one of the bolts and kind of like tomahawk. I don't know. How do you throw it at Freddy? How do you do it?
It's like how Spider-Man like flips his wrist down like that. Like it's that kind of motion.
Sweet. Yeah. So me and Freddy kind of like pulls back a little bit as you do that, as you catch him in the coat, and yeah, it is his turn. And
is it not Joe?
Oh, sorry. It's your turn.
Fucking yeah. Right, I'm gonna punch him.
Nice.
Actually, John, how did we decide we were doing grappling now?
Yeah, we were just gonna say that you can use your acrobatics for grappling instead of athletics. It's still contested against their athletics or acrobatics, whatever they prefer.
All right, so my first move is to try to basically tackle him.
Okay. And so he's going to roll athletics against you. And he fails. So you well, what do you do?
So I leap over the fire and then in a few bounds sort of reach him and then just sweep his leg out from underneath him with my leg and then grab him behind so that his arms are pinned back.
Okay.
That's one of my actions, right?
Yeah.
And so if I punch him, I get...
I think the way it works with attacking is that if you attack, you can attack multiple times. But if you grapple, then you don't get all those attacks. Though you can do a bonus action attack because monks.
Right. So I could, flurry of blows.
Yeah, I think so. Or I think maybe Flurry of Blows says if you...
Oh, Flurry of Blows needs an attack, but I can just do my normal bonus attack.
Yes, that sounds right.
Okay. So I'll do the unarmed strike, and I'll also, yell out into the woods, throw down crossbows or I'll fucking kill him! And then I'll punch him to, make my point. So anyway, what do I get when does it with advantage or how does that work?
No, because you haven't shoved him to the ground or anything. His movement is just 0, unless he breaks your grapple.
Okay, got it.
And you try to give a punch, but it just kind of goes into his bear skin furs.
Makes sense. Probably hard to punch while grappling someone anyway.
Yeah. The idea with grappling, I think, is that you grab them with one arm, so they can't move anywhere, but it's not quite, it's not like you're pinning him down or anything.
Right.
If that makes sense. Okay, so Mean Freddy has his battle axe in his hands, or his great axe, and he's swinging back at you. You're kind of latched onto him, holding him in place. And he yells out to the group, "Use the fire!" And he's going to attack you. And swing again. And his second hit... Oh, yeah, what's this do? I forgot. Whenever a hostile creature... Oh, whoops. Wait. Sorry. Damage you while the axe is... Oh, so this is calculated wrong. It's supposed to be a wisdom saving throw on himself. So, my bad. But let's just say he failed, and so now he's gone berserk, and he's just attacking you. So, as your punches land, you can tell that he's beginning to, like, just get enraged, kind of like a barbarian. And he swings and hits you really hard with this great axe. And it is DeMarcus's turn, and he's asleep. DeMarcus wakes up.
So I am conscious. I immediately tell...
Oh, it's a surprise round, so you're basically, like, getting up, but...
Can I tell my steed to come to me?
You could shout out to it, but it's all happening at once.
Okay, yeah. That's the first thing that I would do, so you can do what you want.
Okay. So now I have to fucking add fire. So, they start hurling alchemist fire into the group. Ah, damn it. This isn't gonna work. Sorry, everybody. That's what happens when you assume that maybe there will be a peaceful resolution. You don't plan.
There's never a peaceful
You don't
resolution.
plan for them to actually do it.
They wouldn't be able to see us either because we're all in tents.
Yeah, no. So the point
So
was
it'd
that
be
they're
hitting
gonna
the
throw
tents.
fire on the tents.
Okay, yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have them spend their turn, and then I'm going to put down tokens on the ground. So that one goes, and he hurls basically a alchemist fire onto your tent. And this one will go, and he's going to do the same. And missile, it is your turn, but you're surprised. Missile's cannon, surprised. One of these horses is going to... Oh, fuck me. Is going to get spooked and start running. This one is going to run as well. And it is Damon's turn, who was on guard, so he is able to do something.
Yes. Damon, having seen like a bunch of crossbow bolts fly in and everything, will cast haste on himself and then run over to join Johoff with me and Freddy.
Okay. And so you use... I'm guessing you were you sitting or were you standing in the tent?
I would have been sitting.
Okay. So half your movement to stand up, and then you still have 15 movement left. Oh, well, you're hasted, so you basically have infinite movement. Okay, so you run through fire. So, fuck, does anybody have the...
Would
I gotta look at
would
the...
I have been able to make it like without running through?
Yeah,
that
I
fire?
guess you could... I mean, he threw it on the tent, but it's still just on the outside of the tent, basically. So yeah, let's just say you ran around it.
Okay, yeah. And I am going to smack him with my sword, which is not lit right now.
Okay.
And then maybe if I can, I will ask Johoff if he knows the direction the arrows came from, or the bolts came from.
You
All
saw it
around.
as... You saw it with the owl. It was basically from all directions.
Okay.
And is that your turn then?
That is my turn.
Okay. And this other pony. The pony isn't going to move because the pony is. Oh, sorry, I fucked this up. Okay, the thug is going to shoot crossbow bolt at Damon. And miss. Next thug is going to shoot, or is going to throw fire. Pony is going to be freaked out. This thug is going to throw fire. More fire. Osner, it is your turn, but you are surprised. Draft horse is going to stay put. This thug is going to throw fire. Fire. Taryn, you're waking up. Roll or shit. Does anybody know what standard fire is? Environmental? Is that like 1d8 or something? If you start your turn in fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for if you're on fire.
I think that's what we're gonna count it as. So let's just do 1d10. So Taryn, take 5 damage while it was your turn. Vosner, take 5 damage. You wake up to fire. Draft horse. This thug is going to shoot at Damon. And miss. This thug is just going to throw more fire. Isolde, take 5 damage. Riding horse. Last thug is going to throw fire. And Demarcus, your warhorse tries to come towards you, but with all the fire, it kind of like stands back a little bit, or it like kind of stays outside of it, kind of like rearing backwards. And top of the turn, it is Mel who gets out of his tent and
Oh, I didn't get to go.
I know, because you were surprised.
Oh.
And he's going to climb to the top of this rock and basically like shout, "We surrender! Stop fighting!" And he starts like trying to like pull out a flask and pour it on the water, or pour water on the tent. And it is Johoff's turn. What do you do?
So now, because he's grappled, but I can still get all of my punches in, right? This time?
Correct, yes.
I'm going to do them all.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay. You smash into Mean Freddy a number of times, and he looks angry. The fire is like raging behind him. All of your camp tents are burning, and he says, "You should have listened to your friend." And he starts swinging his great axe at you. And you dodge out of the way. Demarcus, it is your turn and you are no longer surprised. You are also not wearing your armor.
Oh, alright.
So
It takes like 10 minutes for me to don that, right?
yeah, so I'm just gonna unequip. Whoa, what the fuck? It just broke.
My armor drops to 11 without my mithril on. Oh boy.
Yeah, DeMarcus is at 10. So yeah, DeMarcus, you wake up to a tent on fire. You take 5 damage at the start of your turn because of the immense heat. All around you, you see like your supplies and bags are catching fire, and you are not wearing your armor. You hear your horse behind you in the tent, outside of your tent.
All right. Okay. I'll take the -5 after my turn. I'll put up. So I would probably. Oh boy. Without my armor on as a bonus action. Sorry, go ahead.
You heard Mel shouting, "We surrender," but you still hear a fight happening.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Yeah, so I would get out of my tent as a bonus action. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. And what do I like? What would DeMarcus be looking at when he got out of the tent?
You walk out of your tent, and you see all around you, all of the tents of your sleeping compatriots are on fire. And all of your supplies are burning, and you hear horses like neighing as they're like panicking in the heat. And yeah.
All right, I'm in a tent with Vosner, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I would see that the tent is on fire, not knowing anything about what the fuck is going on, and I would have telepathically asked my horse to come, and seeing that the tent's like a loss and it's super dangerous, and I just got 5 fire damage, I would have, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith on myself, and then I would have used my turn helping Vosner get out of the tent.
Okay. So you like drag Vosner out of the tent?
Yep.
Alright. Those 2 spots are open and not on fire.
Great.
So I'll assume that's what happened.
And do I have movement left after I use a help like that or no?
No, use half of it to stand up, and then it's double movement to drag somebody.
Okay, gotcha.
So, oops. This thug goes, seeing DeMarcus exit the tent, is going to shoot with a crossbow and shoot a second time. This thug is going to keep shooting at Johoff. And shoot a second time.
I'm at an AC of 12, John, so I'm going to make a Constitution save for the first one.
Yeah. And Missile, you wake up suddenly, and... Sorry?
Did a couple of those crossbows target 2 people at once?
Oh, maybe. Oh, I hit Johoff and DeMarcus. I am going to leave it. And I'll just skip 2 thug turns next time. Next 2 that come up, I'll just skip.
John, what? So the first crossbow that hit me did 3 damage, so my Constitution save for my concentration has to be what?
1. You got it.
Right.
10.
Oh, 10. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, you failed.
All right, so I failed it, yeah.
Okay, so you lose Shield of Faith, I guess.
Okay.
Missile, you are awake. You're realizing your tent is on fire. The book you were just reading is starting to catch on fire. And you notice like all the supplies are starting to burn.
Yeah, usually like I wouldn't really be bothered, but I noticed it's a little too hot, and my smoldering breastplate like doesn't get this hot. And yeah, as you say, the book catches on fire, and I go, "Gads!" and I toss the book. And I'd like to, of course, step out of the tent before I do anything else. So could I go just south of Mortimer?
Yeah, we'll say that. Yep.
Okay. And I recall a saying from my childhood, cease, decrease, and rotate, and so I drop to the ground and start spinning around to put out any fire on me.
Okay, we'll say
And,
that your rolling on the ground was enough to prevent you from taking the 5 damage.
Oh, sick. Okay. We can count that as an action as well.
Yeah, I
because
was
the
going
only-
to.
Okay. The only other thing I'd like to do is, as a bonus action on myself, I'm going to cast Sanctuary.
Okay.
Oh, and I fail. Never mind.
What
Oh,
is... Wait, how's that work?
Oh, I
You need
targeted myself. Whoops. Okay.
No, it
Um,
makes sense. So I think you did the right thing. You cast it on a creature, and then until it's just the way it's programmed, it doesn't need to roll right now. But yeah, keep that in mind.
Okay.
Got
it.
And yeah. Draft horse. Damon, you are up.
Even though Freddy is already grappled, could I still like make some sort of modified shove attack to try and help Joaf get him to the ground?
Yeah,
Because
you
like
could.
if he has no movement speed, then he also can't get up, right?
Yeah, let's say if you successfully grapple against him, you can push him to the ground.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and help Joaf get him on the ground.
Okay. He's gonna roll athletics against you. Yeah. So you try to pull him down to the ground, and he's in this intense rage and just like pushes you back. He's got one arm is being held by Joaf, who's punching him furiously, but his other arm is free, holding a great axe, just bringing it down on Joaf.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Nice.
And you bring him down to the ground. Were you shoving him in a direction, or just straight down?
Just straight down, I would think.
Okay. And I believe that's your turn.
I may want to like move a little farther out, so that I can maybe try and like dart off and find some people next turn.
I'm gonna say that was a lot of movement to try twice. In fact, I don't think you can actually try twice
Okay.
with haste, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Fudging
could
it
use
a
my
little.
action surge to.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to action surge, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I'll just say yeah. I use my action surge to like get him down, and then I like used the rest of my movement or whatever to stand back up, so I could run off next round.
Okay. Yeah. So, where do you move to? Or you're saving that, sorry?
Oh, I thought I was saying yeah.
Oh.
Like we'll say that getting him on the ground meant I had to go to the ground too, and
Got
so
it.
I used like whatever movement I had to stand back up.
Okay, that makes sense. This thug is... Or I was skipping these two because I had targeted 2 people. Pony, another thug. Again, you guys are feeling like there's like a dozen crossbow bolts flying through the air. This one flies at Missile, who ducks out of the way. This one flies at Mel, who ducks as well. Vosner, you are up. Gert. Calling all Gerts.
I don't know what's going on with him.
So, remember when you guys bought a bunch of supplies and then that?
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, this Freddy guy's not going to get any of our money because we're going to need it to
Horses
buy new
run
supplies.
off.
We
I
always
heard you
take
very
his stuff
faintly.
once we kill them.
Very faintly.
Did our horses run off, John?
2 of them did,
Fuck.
and
No.
they might take the other ones. So
Anyone? Hello?
Yeah.
yeah, we
hear
can
you.
barely hear you.
Okay. All right. So Vosner is going to wild shape into a. Because I don't have any good spells. Do you have a wolf token for me, John, or no?
Oh, not a CR2 wolf, which is what you're at right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if you want to be a dire wolf, you can.
Yeah. Well, essentially, I want to get something that I can.
Oh, I don't have one that's modified with all your abilities. I basically have the giant elk, the spider, and the panther, or the saber-toothed panther, and then the wormling. Like, those are all modified for your current pluses.
All right. Well, I'll just turn into a tiger, I guess.
Okay.
And I have. Do I have dark vision in this form?
I don't know.
Imagine everything is pretty bright right now.
Yeah, the whole area is pretty
It's all
lit
on
up.
fire.
But it's just local to this area. Like, they're in the trees and stuff. But they're not completely out of vision. They're just out of your line of sight. Like, you could, if you head into the woods. But again, you just woke up. Everything's on fire. You're not necessarily sure where things are coming from or that you're surrounded or anything.
All right. I'm going to then just pounce on Mean Freddy then.
Okay. He's already on the ground. So
Okay.
I could just allow you to get your combo off since the conditions for it are that he has to get knocked prone, and he's already prone.
Okay. I'll come and bite this fucker.
Okay. Bite away.
Bite away. Da, da, da. That's it. Sweet.
You bit yourself.
How did I bite myself?
And you bit Freddy, though for some reason there's no damage.
Alright, let me try just going from the character sheet then.
Yeah, usually works better from the character sheet. And it misses. Alright. You bit yourself, you bit something. Yeah, let's do one more from the character sheet and see if it works. Alright. That's enough misses for me to feel like you missed. Anything else on your turn? That was your bonus action, your movement, and your action, I think.
That's all I can do.
Draft horse. Thug is going to shoot at Mel and hits him. Let's shoot again. Taryn, you're up. Take five damage.
Yep. So seeing, will I take more damage for walking through fire, or is it just you're on fire? You're on fire.
I'm gonna say like every 5 feet you walk through fire, it's gonna be. Shit. I can't make it a D10. That's insane. That's insane. Let's say like every 5 feet you walk through it is like a D6 of fire damage.
In that case, I'm going to move to where
Okay.
Vosner was. Then can I see Mean Freddy?
So you take 5 or 7 fire damage from that. And then there's 3 people around him, and he's prone, which means you would have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Oh, I just need line of sight.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you can see him well enough.
Alright, then I'm gonna cast Blight on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to use 4 sorcery points to impose disadvantage.
Okay. Go for it. He failed anyways, so he takes 34. What happens? What's that look like?
So like I pull out my wand and like a thin filament of like black energy just kind of like shoots, like kind of like slowly drifts through the air, and then it like settles on his chest and it just starts dissolving.
He starts screaming, and as he screams, like it just like echoes, and it almost like gets quiet in the forest as that scream goes out, as if like stuff stops. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. And there is like a pause in the firing, and it is Isolde's turn. Isolde.
Alright. So, do I take another 5 points of fire damage?
You do.
And then I'm gonna move out of my tent and then like up onto this rock
Sure.
if I can.
You take 4 damage.
Okay.
Oh, you're resistant to fire though, because your shield. So add 2 to that, or I mean, add 2 back, if you will.
No, I had unequipped my shield, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's part of the.
Yeah,
armor that
I
we
would
lost
say
or not.
you would have to actively like grab it with you when you ran out. So yeah.
Well, fuck. I think she would try to. She would first initially like see that everyone is there. Okay. Can she see whether or not Missile has the bag of holding on him?
No.
Okay. I would. Is this like an incline that I could climb up to see the horses, or
No,
no?
you guys are up higher than the horses.
Oh, we're up higher than the horses. Okay,
Yes.
so I can see that some of them are missing. I'm gonna step down and try to like hold the reins of the ones that we have left.
Okay.
To keep them from bolting.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna yell out, "What is happening right now?"
And there are some more shots at Mel. And marks this warhorse, and Mel is up, and fuck. Yeah, he's not sure what to do. I guess seeing you guys are not surrendering, he starts to shoot into the woods as well. And lights up one of these thugs on the periphery. And he shouts, "There's too many of them!" And it's Joaf's turn.
So I'm gonna say to Mean Freddy, call your men off or you're gonna fucking die here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna punch him.
Oh, you're gonna punch him even.
Is he gonna respond?
Yeah, I guess I was gonna wait till his turn to respond, but that's a good point. He could respond on your turn, and he like, yeah, Mean Freddy. What would Mean Freddy do? He just got covered in blight, and that was pretty insane. I would say that's enough to bring him out of his rage, and he would cough up some blood, and he'd hold up a hand, like surrendering, dropping his axe to the ground.
All right. And I think maybe you're gonna help us resupply, if I'm not mistaken.
And his hand that was like a surrender hand turns into a middle finger.
Fair enough. Time for him to die.
Okay. Okay. And you punch Mean Freddy to death. And he breathes his last breath. I guess he goes unconscious with the first punch. Do you just keep punching until he's dead?
Yep.
Okay. So he goes
And,
out, and then you just keep punching more.
Yeah. And then, with my bonus action, can I essentially, like, lift him up off the ground so his men can see his bloodied corpse?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And I'm gonna scream, "Who's fucking next?" and throw him into the fire.
Cool. Alright. Mean Freddy is dead. And, DeMarcus, you are in the middle of a raging fire on all sides of you now. It is spread all around, all of your supplies. And, you're not wearing your armor, which is in your tent, which is on fire. And your horse is on the other side of the fire from you. And, you're standing next to Taryn.
Yep, just me and Taryn. Shit. Like, can you maybe be a little bit more descriptive about, like, the nature of the tent right now? With, like, how raging is the...
I would say spending any time in there would cause you fire damage.
Okay. And let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go into my tent and get my mole then.
Okay. So you rush into your tent and grab your maul?
Yeah. And can I get back out and stuff? I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna take fire damage.
Yeah, so you take 7 fire damage, but you get in and get out. And you're equipped with your maul now.
Any movement left or anything, or did that take most of it up?
That would be like half your movement, so it's wherever you want to go from here. For 15 movement.
Alright. So, let's see. The tent. Oh shit. Can I move is the question. Can. Alright. So, can I get out to this point?
Yep.
Alright. That would be pretty much all the stuff I could do. I guess as a bonus action, I would do Shield of Faith on myself again.
Okay. So you cast that spell. And, yeah, that is your turn. The silence from the woods continues. And it is Missile's turn. All around you, there is fire.
Yeah, and like excuse my cat screaming at me. So I'm comfy. Like Missile kind of like closes his eyes and enjoys the fire for just a second, and then I'm curious: is the corpse of Mean Freddy an object or a creature?
A creature?
Okay, even though it's inert and lifeless. All right.
I would say so. I think it starts to get weird if you start doing object things with corpses, but...
I ask because if I use a spell on his corpse, if he counts as a creature, I'll have to recast Sanctuary, but if he counts as an object, then I won't.
What's the spell?
I want to levitate his corpse 20 feet in the air while it's on fire, just to kind of give his men more of the message.
Yeah, I'll allow it. If you want to spend your turn levitating a corpse, I'll do it.
Well, I can't attack anything. I can't really move. I'm not on
Yeah.
fire.
No, it's
so
fine.
Let's go for the psychological warfare, and I cast levitate on the corpse.
It's some demented shit for like an archaeologist. Just
Well, he's just an inert corpse at the moment.
It's some dark messaging from like a fucking scholar. But hey, man, missile's got a dark side.
I've read about some cultures' psychological military tactics, and I've learned that they work pretty well to demoralize your enemy. So it's for purely strategic purposes.
Yeah, dude, I get it.
Yeah, so his corpse rises 20 feet in the air and sizzles and bubbles, and bits of flesh drip off into the ground like hot steel.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then, I kind of enjoy the spectacle.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna make the light of this whole place brighter, because of the illuminating corpse being raised in the air, and because of various other fires that have taken off. And that's your turn. The horses are freaked out. Oops.
We Ludovics, we're no strangers to bizarre tactics, so...
And, sorry, I meant to move... So, I didn't mean to show you these people that I was already moving. So, basically, in the last turn where things have been paused, all of these thugs, which you just got a glimpse of, started running in every direction. And, Damon, you're up.
Damon is gonna, run a little bit to the south, and just see if he can see anyone or anything still around.
Sure.
Where'd the fire go? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to clean it up.
That's right.
Everywhere's fire.
Damon, as you run into the woods, you can't seem to... Oh, did you light up your sword?
I have not lit up my sword yet.
Okay. Yeah, as you run into the woods, your lack of dark vision and the darkness outside of the... Plus, your, robotic eyes have adjusted to the light of the bright, blazing fires of the camp, and out here it's just super pitch black, and you can't see anything.
Yeah, so then I would use an action to ignite my sword.
Okay. Let me give you that. I think it was 40-20.
Let me see.
40-40, okay. Yeah, so you light up your sword and you can see two thugs running in the distance.
I'm gonna run up to the first one I can get to.
Yeah.
And attempt to grab them.
Okay. He will try to resist you with his athletics. He rolls a 10 and just kind of shakes you off.
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
That's actually the thug that goes next. He's gonna disengage and run. And they're all gonna disengage and run, and use bonus actions to try to hide. So if you're trying to find him next time, you're gonna have to roll perception. And Vosner, you are up. You get the feeling that they're all running. Mel, on top of a rock, screams that they're on the retreat and to save the supplies. Hello?
Sorry, I had to switch it to my phone. So Vosner's gonna hop back into his tent, or what's left of it, and try and grab whatever backpacks that are there and hop out of the fire. So I guess...
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna run in and grab packs?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a tiger, so I could probably pick
Sure.
up 2 backpacks at once.
Okay, so let's say you have
Big
to
ol'
move like a total of 5 squares, so we'll take 5d6.
Okay.
You take 25 damage running into
my
the
God.
fire and back out.
Okay. I drop the packs and then try and find. How much feet was that? That was what, like 15 feet?
You ran in 15 and out 15, so 30.
30. Okay. All right. So I only have 10 feet left. to
Okay,
move.
so you save one of the packs.
Okay.
Taryn, you're up. You are in the middle of a blazing fire, so take 1d10. You take 3 fire damage.
Alright. So, hearing that we should save the supplies, I will run into my tent as well. 10, 15. And save my pack and then Misty step out.
Okay. When you're in the tent, it's kind of hard to like see out, so I'm gonna imagine you have to like walk out of the tent again and then see.
Okay, I was gonna do like straight line out of the open flat, but it doesn't matter. Just right there.
You take 13 damage on your way out.
Alright. Or 13 damage for going in and then leave to
Yeah,
the tent.
correct, yeah. And Isolde's up.
I'm gonna yell out to Missile to see if he has his bag of holding on him.
I would think the artificer would be inclined to like never take it off, since it's really just kind of a purse at his side. But I don't know if that's just getting off too easy there. If he'd be sleeping with it, I would think an artificer would sleep with it. So I would think he would have it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna run back into my tent then and get my shield and armor and my pack. And I think I was over here.
Okay.
That's 30 feet, I guess.
Yeah. I put it at 25. So take 18. Well, if you didn't have your shield equipped, so 18 damage. And let's bring it back around to Mel, who yells out, "Does anybody have cold magic?" And that's his turn. He's like standing on top of a rock.
So he yelled for us to get the stuff, and now he's just standing up there watching us do it. What an ass!
Oh, I guess he's standing out of the fire and he's yelling. Well, I guess he would get supplies, I suppose. All right, he'll run in and get some as well. He takes some damage as well, grabbing some packs. DeMarcus, what do you do?
He just disconnected.
Okay. Farewell, DeMarcus.
Smoke inhalation
for a
gets the
reason.
best of us.
Did we skip Johoff for a reason?
I just don't like him, like as a character. No, yeah, I forgot. What did Joe Hop do? Sorry.
What's like the closest tent? How close within the fire? him?
I'd say the tent that Missile and Damon were in.
Okay, so that's probably pretty emptied at this point.
Yeah, I guess I hadn't totally worked out what everybody's tents were full of. I was just kind of abstracting that. So if you just want to run in and get something, I think you're too beat up to risk it, to be honest.
I'm just trying to decide if Joe Off would risk it anyway.
Okay.
There is a pile of notes in Missile's tent that's burning, and he's been working on them for a while, but...
Yeah, I don't think Joe would give a shit.
The only extant copy
Probably
of
not what
it
you
that
don't.
there is.
Yeah.
So how? I mean, what's distance-wise? What's the closest?
There's like a tent within 15 feet of you, and then the other ones are kind of around the.
15.
Yeah, I'll draw.
That'd be like 5d6 or 66, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know if he can. Yeah.
That's kind of the setup right now.
Yeah. You know what? He's actually gonna run in and grab some stuff and come back out with that 15.
Okay.
Is there? I don't suppose there's anything he can do as a monk that's gonna help him here, is there?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, he's just gonna chance it.
Okay. Run in and run out. Whatever you're gonna do.
So, oops. So we'd go into here and then back out.
Okay. So 3d6, you take 6 damage. Though you'd have to sit. Oh, it would be more than that because you'd go in and out.
Right. Be another 3d6 probably.
Yeah. So you take 17 total damage.
It doesn't look like it added in.
Oh no, I didn't. Everybody's doing it manually.
Oh, okay. So 17. 3.
Perfect.
Aha.
Boy.
Okay, so DeMarcus.
Joe is probably going to drop the pack he got and maybe sit down for a sec.
Yeah. DeMarcus, are you back yet?
Yeah, sorry. As soon as you said that, my whole fucking thing crashed. So, I mean, is DeMarcus, would he be, like, worried about his armor? Like, is it...
Yeah,
does it seem like he would be like,
it's magical.
Oh, man, my armor might melt or something?
It's magical, but the things that hold it together are, like, leather straps and stuff. You would have to, like, get it repaired if it all lit on fire.
I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's just, I mean, he didn't get that far from the tent in the first place, so he's just going to run in there, get the armor. You know, does he see anything else in there that's left over that seems salvageable, that would be reasonable to get?
I think you could grab a full suit of armor, but it's going to be kind of tough to carry lots of things like that. But yeah, what we'll do...
I guess I still have my maul in my other hand.
Yeah, just because we're dealing a lot with abstraction and stuff that, like, we don't have planned out. I didn't ask you to, like, organize your tent before we did this scene. So what I'm going to say is that every single person has one pack, which is their own shit, which they leave next to their bedside. And with the exception maybe of Missile, who has a bag of holding, which he can keep on his person at all times, even when he's asleep. And the idea would be that if each person makes one trip into their tent, they can get all of their shit. Does that seem more fair for everybody?
Work for me.
So... Johoff got one share of things. Taryn got another, so we're at 2. DeMarcus just got his, so we're at 3, though he's about to take a bunch of damage. Vosner got 1, so that's 4. Did Isolde get anything from her tent? Or no, I can't remember.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's 5.
That's what she's doing right now.
Mel just got something, 6. So we're only really missing 2 supplies worth of shit.
I think
Damon's and Missile's already got his on him. So basically all we need is Damon's stuff, which we'll assume Johoff got. And so the only person missing anything is...
It would be Johoff's bag from Johoff's tent.
Right. So Johoff's stuff from Johoff's tent is missing. So that's where we're at.
That seems fair somehow, I feel like.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, DeMarcus is still on top of Vosner.
Vosner's not actually there though. That's why. Like that's where. I didn't know you were moving it. I apologize. I thought it was like a glitch that wouldn't let me.
Oh no! I just don't like it when they're stacked on top of each other because it bugs me.
Yeah.
But you're right. Vosner is not actually there. He's the cat. Okay. So DeMarcus, you're going in and going out. Where do you want to end up?
Just on the outside over here. As far as I can get outside.
Okay, you take 14 fire damage on the way out. And I'm going to, unless anybody has a direct solution for the fire in the next turn, I am assuming the only person who could do that would technically be Taryn. I'm going to just start skipping through people's turns, unless you have something. Missile, is there anything you want to do?
So per key mind, he accurately recalls everything he's seen or heard in the past month. So he's just gonna kind of move away. Him and Morty are gonna step out, and he's just gonna start muttering those notes to himself repetitiously to reinforce them in memory.
Oh, all of the things you recently read in the books that were just burned?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if there's any chance that Damon would be able to find any of these hiding thugs.
Roll a perception to see if you can find one. Let's see, because they were hiding. Nope. Their hide beat that.
Yeah, then he would just sprint back. And if he somehow realized that there was still stuff in Joe Huff's tent, he might, with haste still active, run in there and grab it for him.
Yeah, if Joe Huff can flag him down, he's going to tell him it's not worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to say at this point, all of the stuff in the camp has burned that wasn't picked up. So basically, I'm just going to say any shit in Joe Hoff's backpack that he wouldn't have had on him for like fighting purposes, and then Joe Hoff, like a chunk of rations equivalent to Joe Hoff's rations would be deleted, and then on top of that, oh yeah, Mel was going to, upon realizing that the horses ran off, was going to run off into the woods trying to gather the horses. If anybody want to help him with that?
Yeah, DeMarcus was already motivated to get on his horse and go try to track the other ones.
Taryn's going to be standing around, like, seeing where the fire's most intense and just shooting it with a ray of frost, seeing if he can, like, limit, like, how much it spreads to the woods itself.
Yeah, so
trying to keep it in the area.
You create, like, a fire line, and it keeps it contained. But all of your tents burn up. Whatever Joe Hoff would have had in terms of rations are gone, so I'm guessing Laurel can keep track of all this shit. Mel went out chasing after the animals. He got on his horse and ran after them and was able to corral them back, and so you guys were able to bring back those horses, so you didn't lose any of those. And if there's nothing else you guys want to do, we can just kind of move out away from this scene.
Yeah, Damon would explain.
Yeah, Izzy was just gonna exit the fire and corral these horses.
Okay, so I want to give you a story beat where you are all standing around the fiery... Oops, didn't mean to do that. A bomb goes up. Sorry, I wanted to get rid of these things. You guys are all standing around. It's now kind of like early morning. You guys didn't really get in a long rest. Your camp burned down, all of your tents are gone, and you're just kind of standing in front of the ashes all together.
So,
oh, go ahead.
What happened?
It's
It's my fault. Just as all my fault.
How do you figure, Joe Hoff?
Yeah, well, me and Freddie came up in the night, told me we were surrounded and demanded our monies as tax for passing through. I thought he was bluffing and, well, it was a mistake. This one's on me.
Certainly is not the right call. I'm glad everyone is okay. And I'll reach out and cast Cure Wounds on Joe.
Taryn will look around at like the burning embers and ask, how much did we lose?
Well, the tents for sure.
If that's a DM question.
No, that was
okay,
a
got it.
role-playing question.
Well, good thing we didn't turn over the money. We can turn back to Riverwood and buy more tents.
Mel would
We're
step
going to
forward
need to.
and said, "We don't have time to keep going back to Rivermoot."
Do you propose we move forward with nothing to protect us from the elements in the Lurkwood?
Turning back
We have
into
the
camp.
original one-person tents that we bought. They are not weatherproof, and they are one-person tents, and we only have 7.
I don't need a tent. I'm fine.
They were in the bag of holding from a while back.
Missile rummages in the bag of holding, and you hear like a warehouse of stuff moving around, but I think he eventually finds the tents and goes, "Ah, yes." Close
Then
enough.
I guess we need to push on. Can we take a couple hours to finish our rest? Or do we need to just drive forward?
Well, whatever was sending all those crossbow bolts is probably still in the woods. I wouldn't suggest we stay here, but some of us look pretty rough. She's got, like, smoke and stuff across her face.
Mel would pipe in then and say, "They're just robbers. They don't..." And without Freddy, I don't think they would come back again. They saw what Taryn could do. They know it's not worth their lives.
Any chance of finding their camps and taking their things?
Yes. How large are their numbers?
This seemed to be about everything they've got. I'm sure they pegged you guys for pretty capable fighters.
If
As
we don't have time to go back to Rivermoot, we don't have time to check and look for a bandit camp.
You're
Izzy
absolutely
nods
right.
at that and was a little bit insulted by the suggestion that they go rob a bunch of thugs.
It's a ways from here. It's south, about 30 miles. They must have tracked us when we lost that day.
Well, it could have been much worse.
Indeed.
And we have all the horses?
Yeah, I was able to round them up. They didn't get too far.
Thank you.
Missile would... Oh, sorry.
No, that's it. She was just expressing gratitude.
Of course.
Missile would rap Joe Hoff with his knuckles on the arm and say, "See, hardly a loss at all."
Yeah, well, no thanks to me, right?
Oh, pitch. And he would scuttle away and lower the floating corpse of Mean Eddie.
Mean Freddy.
Doesn't really matter what the name is now.
As I
What's his
say,
name?
do you guys not read? It's right there. It says his
It's covered
name.
up. It was covered up. Oh, whatever his name is.
Yeah. I'll just assume that's in character. Missile, who has a perfect memory, but doesn't care to remember the name of one opponent.
Why would he?
Mel just goes
John,
off
how
to
many
feed the
rations?
horses. Oh,
How many rations did we lose?
what was it? You sorted them into 4 piles?
They are sorted into 5 piles on each of the horses.
Okay, so the assumption was one of the piles would have been in one of the tents, which would have been Joe Hoff's, so you lost 1 pile of rations.
That's 70 rations. Okie dokie.
Marcus has begun wandering around, hanging out with his steed on the outskirts.
Taryn kind of like sighs and says, "That's not so bad then." But he's like obviously very frustrated and doesn't believe what he just said. And then he walks away, and as he walks past me and Freddy's corpse, he just kind of like takes a kick at the skull, just like out of frustration.
Mm.
Vosner will, I guess, scout around and see if there's any sort of food or something to eat to sort of make up what we lost.
Oh, you're just gonna go into the woods and scavenge instead of doing the long rest?
Isn't that what everyone is doing? I thought we were leaving right away.
I thought you guys were finishing your long rest.
Yeah, I think we're
that's what
resting.
was the plan.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Vosner will finish the long rest then.
We've been traveling for 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, have you been subtracting the rations?
I'm about to do that right now.
Okay.
So that's, yeah. And for all the horses.
Yeah.
It's 3 rations per horse. Does the pony eat the same as the horses, I assume? 3 rations per day?
If it makes your math easy,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it does. Thanks.
It's a mule, actually.
Fucking A.
Then it definitely eats 3 rations a day.
Okay. And I'll send you guys back to the map.
So we do finish our long rest without another problem.
Correct, yeah. You go the rest of the night, the bandits don't come back. Woof.
Hey guys, we fought a battle and our guy didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna use, before I go to bed, the properties of my Ring of Amanatur
Okay.
and send a message to... Oh god, now I have 2 notebooks. His name was like... Oh, Jorce. In
Joris?
Silvery Moon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Joris.
Joris.
Yeah, and the message is... Thugs in Rivermoot were extorting people for protection. Thugs are dead now and Rivermoot needs protection. Could you send someone to organize? This is Isolde. That's 25 words.
When you send this spell, it feels like the energy is blocked. It's almost like you
I forgot.
failed to cast this spell, but you didn't. You know that you successfully did it. You've done it enough times, but it's like there's a barrier preventing it from getting through.
Yeah, makes sense. Alright, then she'll go to bed frustrated.
Yeah.
Again tomorrow.
He silenced your call, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, the whole city of Silvery Moon is on call blocker, so...
So yeah, that is your evening. You guys finish your long rest. You can click the long rest button now. And we're gonna say you lose like some chunk of your travel for the next day because it eats into it. And
Yeah.
Mel is pretty keen on getting going, making up for some lost time, and wants to get to the part of the Lurkwood where his dream told him to go. Do you guys?
In the morning, I'm gonna send a similar version of that message to Zelonius. Just be like, "I'm to organize, little town army because the protector guy is gone."
He goes.
Except she says
Well,
it more
most of the
eloquently than
thugs
that.
are alive.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh no! Did you not pay them the 50 gold that they require? Please, don't cause any trouble."
I cannot respond, and I will not respond.
Trouble, us? We would never do that.
50 gold, Jesus Christ.
Got to pay the tax, man.
They didn't deserve it, man.
Yeah, that would have been a lot easier than the fucking frostbite we're about to get.
It's the principle
Alright.
of the thing.
That's right. I
That's
mean,
fucking
they
right.
came at Joe off. What did they expect? Dude
I
was
support
standing on a
Joe.
table.
I know. I was wondering what the order was gonna be. I was like, they're gonna come second in the night, and Joe-off. Okay, all right.
If we hadn't decided to swap out,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was pure chance.
pretty fun.
Oh boy. Traumatizing, but fun.
Traumatic, terrible. Yeah, you guys are at a rough start so far. Anyways,
Yep.
so
Starting
do you
really
guys want
well.
to roll for traveling?
Sure, as long as we don't die.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
That's right.
That is what they
Okay,
say.
Isolde does
Killing
not
it.
see much. I'm gonna
Fair.
say Vosner's still being helped by missile, and then there's a animal handling, and yeah, Bell crushes that. So, oh yeah,
Just moving forward, just so that we don't just eat into my flash of geniuses, can we just have, like, if somebody wants, like, I'm not feeling confident, or this is important, Missile, can you give me a hand?
Yeah,
Okay.
makes sense.
yeah. I'm gonna just assume you're using them on guide unless you tell me otherwise. That's 2 a day.
Okay. Okay, 2 a day's not bad. All right, never mind. Sorry.
And so you guys move not the full 24 miles, but about 19. So you make your way into the Lurkwood, and you notice the density. The snow is still coming down hard, but for the most part, the trees are, green, but also turning to fall colors. The air drops like another 10 degrees today, and every time you breathe, you can see your breath. It's like probably around 20 degrees, so not deathly cold, but definitely noticeable. And you guys are just wandering through the woods, led by Vosner, who seems to be making good navigational decisions. Isolde, you keep looking your hardest into the woods, and you're just having a hard time feeling like you're able to really get a feel for what's around you. There's just so many trees, so many moving animals, so much going on with the snow, and the kind of creates like a mist effect where you just can't see that far, and so you just don't feel confident that you're seeing and keeping a good lookout.
Can I express that to the rest of the group?
Sure.
Yeah, she would kind of turn to whoever is next to her. Just be like, this is so overwhelming. There are so many different things moving, and I can't focus on any of them. She just looks kind of totally at a loss.
And roll stealth for me. Okay. you guys break for lunch. Do you guys change anything up in your order when you set out again?
Sort of. If you're lacking confidence in your perception checks, there, would I be able to move around as an
Yeah.
assistant on whoever's doing what? Yeah. So.
Yeah. Assuming you blowing flash of genius things for it, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'd be happy to step in and give you a hand.
Thank you, Master Missile.
Okay.
John, when we stop for lunch,
Mhm.
Johoff is going to try to sleight of hand put the meal that was doled out to him back in the pack without anyone noticing.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want to roll for
roll,
it?
roll sleight of hand. Let's see. That is exactly Isolda's passive perception. So if you would have waited till she left camp, I guess you can just tell me. Or would you have done it even with everybody around?
Like left camp as in what?
Like walked away. Like if you
I
did
mean,
it in front
I guess
of me.
I figured none of us would be leaving during the lunch. Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like wait till everyone was looking at me and then slip it in. I'd wait till the most opportune moment.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that Isolda catches it out of the corner of her eye.
I wouldn't do anything.
Okay. And you
No,
guys.
honestly, like if it's a contested thing, I think she's probably a little too overwhelmed to pick up on it as anything more than like, oh, he was reaching near that bag.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you guys go traveling
Blow
again.
on it later.
And Mel says to your group, we're getting close. It's either we'll get there tonight or maybe early tomorrow. It's hard to tell exactly how fast we're traveling.
And there is. And he trails off.
It's an old mine, actually. Long since abandoned, that these barbarians have taken over. It's kind of their stronghold. But she's inside there.
The stronghold itself. Not a peripheral encampment.
No, it's one way in, one way out.
Vosner would ask, so I've experienced barbarian fighters before, or is this just a tribe of ferocious people that have lots of different skills?
The latter. I'm sure they have a number of different skills.
And other than what you know, you haven't heard anything else except that they are here.
I know they engage in blood magic. I know that their assassins are notorious for killing a man in one hit. And I know that their barbarian types are...
I'm sorry, what is blood magic?
It's, well, it's like regular magic, only they use the power of blood, which they pull from corpses, people they've killed, animals, whatever has blood, and they use the energy from that to cast their magic.
Zolda looks deeply unsettled.
It's an ancient tradition among certain northern barbarian tribes.
Taryn had perked up when we started talking about blood magic. Like, he doesn't add anything to the conversation, but he's, like, clearly more interested.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hadn't thought about pertaining to Terran's blood magic. That's good to think
Perhaps
about.
my lack of blood will prove some advantage.
Perhaps so.
Did they use it to control people, or just poison them?
Control, hurt, destroy. Blood magic can do all the same things regular magic can do. It's just at an increased potency at a large cost.
Well, we should be prepared then.
Day of gods.
What was that?
Day of gods.
They worship some patron. I don't know who.
Why is your friend so important to them? Is it a trap or is it random?
She's special. And I don't know if I know more than to say that.
Can I insight check?
Yeah.
Bowser wants to inside check for his own.
Okay.
Logan.
When you do that, is that roll a sleight of hand for me as Terran. Okay. So, he sees you reach into your, like, where are you, how are you having that stored?
It would just be like just inside his robe, like it.
Okay. So he sees you reach into your robe when you look at him, and he gives you a curious look, like you're gonna pull a knife on him or something. And you read him correctly that he does know a little bit more about the person in the cave.
Okay. I don't push him though. I do ask. Is this person an elf? Since we have to take them to the elves in the north.
Not exactly, but a friend of the elves for sure.
Is that a druid like me? Is that why she's special, or does she have some sort of
Again, I don't exactly know the what makes her special. I just had a dream, so I'm sorry if it's all vague, but
No, understandable. I'm just trying to
sure.
see what we're walking into.
Yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. Isolde, be on the watch. Keep your eye on the trees.
Of course.
And unless you have any other things, we can do another round of travel.
Okay.
Okay, everybody who rolls, roll. So Isolde, roll perception. Fosner did a good guide. Isolde's perception. Good. Alright, yeah. Alright. Successful perception. Bad at stealth. Okay, so Mel will roll animal handling. And you guys crush it. You make a good pace. And so here's what happens. You get into barbarian territory at a good pace. And Isolde oh, it got mad and broke.
I don't like the name of this.
Yeah, oops. The title gives it away, I guess. But Isolde, with her very excellent perception, sees up in the trees a number of large hulking figures who are obscured by the leaves, but actually are visible to her. What do you do?
I would call out to the rest of the group and say, we're being flanked by barbarians.
Okay. And combat begins.
Missile groans.
Oh my god. Dice for days! Okay, so,
Because I assume she saw them on both sides?
yeah.
Or just the one?
No, you saw them all around you. You just, like, realized you kind of came into this clearing and in one moment sensed the presence of all these things and pointed them out to the group. So here's how this works with the mounted stuff. I have a mod so that if you move the horse, it will move the token with it. But if you pull the token off, it will dismount, so to speak.
Ooh.
Yeah, I accidentally just did that looking for Morty's.
Yeah,
is there a way to read?
I'll put
Okay.
Morty on the... Yeah.
And I foolishly dismounted, and for that I apologize.
No, it's fine. I figure most of you won't want to fight on horseback because of the difficulties and dangers they're in, aside from perhaps DeMarcus. So, yeah, Mel's gonna go
How
first.
fast are horses?
60 movement.
I'll look it up.
It's
Oh,
60.
shit.
Yeah. So Mel is going to, seeing this barbarian about to jump out of a tree at him, is going to go this direction. Oh shit. Well, see, I already fucked it up with the horse. That's fine. And this direction. And then he's going to shoot at the thing in the tree. Damn it, the targeting thing died. Hold on. Perfect. He's going to shoot with his bow. 2 arrows up into the tree. 1 crits and hits the berserker hard for 15 damage. I love how the crit did the same amount of damage as the normal attack. Hashtag rolling good. Okay, so it is whose turn? The berserker. Who's going to leap from the tree at Vosner, swinging wildly at him. And he comes like flying out of the tree and hits you with an axe, and then swings again and hits you another time. And
Jesus.
This berserker is going to jump from his tree and run at DeMarcus and swing. And they're swinging. So just to metagame it a little bit, they are recklessly attacking, and because I can't work that out with giving you guys automatic advantage, what I did was negate their AC significantly to account for it. So yeah, I just want that to be for the record, which is why it seems crazy like they have an insane attack bonus. It's because I'm basically giving them reckless mathematically. Not that any of you probably noticed or cared. Damon, you are up.
Damon casts a haste on himself and gets off his horse.
Okay. So dismounting is half your movement.
Yeah, so that gives me 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna just step forward and swing at this one that's attacking
Sure.
Vosner.
Yeah. So you...
Oh. I don't have the sword ignited,
Okay.
so I don't know how to negate the extra fire damage, but I don't think that would apply.
I'll add 9 back to him. So that'll do it. Okay. Are you done, or are you attacking again, or what? Oh, you can't.
Yeah, my first action was casting haste.
Right. Vosner, you're up.
Vosner is going to cast Fire Sphere. Where is it? Do I have it prepared today? I think I do. No, I don't. God damn it. Well, shit. What else do I have prepared for today? I don't have any offensive ones. Alright, I am going to hit the berserker next to me with my Staff of Withering.
Okay.
It's versatile, so I'm gonna use a
Yeah.
D8 to roll for damage, I guess.
It's in your inventory. I think it works. Yeah. So you swing down and hit him with the normal damage. And are you using like a charge
Yeah,
to
I'm
hit
gonna
it with the special shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna expend a charge on it.
Okay. Did you not have him targeted?
And then, oh shoot, no, I didn't. I thought I did.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, it says it hit the berserker.
The other one did. This one didn't. I don't know why. But anyways, it could be my fault.
It would
with
be
how
the
it's
one right
programmed.
next to me. Okay.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. And then I am going to turn into a dragon.
Okay.
It says on this spell description that the target has to make a con save.
Yeah.
Did it make a con save or no?
It failed.
Okay. Alright, it has
Disadvantage on any strength or constitution based saving throw.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. This. Did somebody just throw an explosion down?
Oh, I was using. I was just looking at a template, and then the thing you delete is hidden behind the berserker, so I can't get rid of it.
You can just hover over it and hit the button, but that's fine.
No, like I can't hover over it because the thing's hidden behind the berserker symbol.
I know, it just lets you, if you hit delete, assuming where it's hovered over, it usually works for me, but also,
Okay.
I don't know why he lost HP. Uh-oh. Are these linked? No. I'm so confused why they lost HP. Okay. Anyways. Oh, I think Vosner targeted the wrong barbarian. That was or berserker. Anyways, Zolda, you're up.
Alright, I will ride kind of into the middle. Oop, my screen went dark. I ride into the middle of the group here and cast Beacon of Hope.
Is your screen still dark?
Yeah.
The horses I don't think have vision.
Did that fix it?
That's fine. Okay. So, Beacon of Hope, I'll put it in the chat here. It pretty much means that everyone who's within 30 feet of me when I do this is going to get advantage on any wisdom saves, any death rolls, and all healing that is done to them is maximum healing, including potions.
Ooh.
So if it says, 2d4, it's 8.
Okay. DeMarcus, you're up.
Okay. I mean, attacking from on my horse isn't in any sense like a disadvantage to you. Right?
No, it's actually pretty effective. And
What is it at technically?
well, if they are small creatures and don't have reach, then they have disadvantage on the attack. And if you had a lance, you could attack at a range basically of 10 feet. But yeah, these guys are swinging pretty recklessly at you, so they're easy targets.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with my big old hammer here. Where the fuck?
Yeah. You bring the hammer down on him, and it just like crushes his like shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Wow. That was amazing. Yeah, you swing and a miss. Are you gonna move at all, or are you gonna stay there?
No, I'm gonna stay here. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Taryn, you're up.
I will cast an Ice Storm.
Okay.
Oh, I just lost all vision of everything.
It's probably because of the token, or the horse. I'll give it vision.
It was when I clicked the Ice Storm thing. Like when it went to like place the token,
Maybe just refresh, hit F5.
Loading. Bells. Storm cast. Nope, it happened again. So like I can see the map, but all of the tokens just disappeared.
Strange. Guess I'll cast it for you. And you're trying to hit those two berserkers?
Yeah, the hurt one and the one in the
in the tree.
The yellow tree, yeah. And just like
But why is
if
that
you
one
put it between
hurt?
them.
Nobody's Mel hit.
He's the one Mel shot.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got it
that's
for you.
what I was going for.
No targets to save. How odd. Oh, you know what it is. They're up in the tree, and the tree is blocking with the terrain. Fuck. I hadn't thought about that. Basically because of how walls work in this game. The trees, because they block vision, are also blocking. So I'm just going to roll the saves manually. It's a... 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, so it should count. Okay, so it is a DC what? Saving throw against your spells, save DC, so you can look that up for me and I'll do their dex save.
16.
Okay, that one fails, and that one fails. Both fail. So, both take minus 23. Yeah, so you bring down sheets of ice, and they're still hanging up in the tree. I'm going to make them do athletics to see if they hold on. And this one falls out of the tree, and this one also falls out of the tree. So they both, like, you basically coat the trees in sheets of ice, which smash into them like hail, and then also slick everything over, and they both fall out of the tree and take fall damage. And that is your turn?
I'm going to assume since it was up in the air, there isn't difficult terrain, or is there still?
Oh, no, it is, because it
Okay.
lands all the way on the ground.
Alright. Awesome.
And it is Missile's turn.
Yeah, would it be possible to be remounted to the pony so that I could get that speed advantage that it has?
There you go.
Excellent. And then I'm just going to move Mortimer away, and so sorry I bothered you to bring him in. Can we assume, I suppose I'll ask, can we assume that I'm wearing Mortimer like a backpack?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so the first I'm going to do is cast, as a bonus action, Expeditious Retreat on my pony,
Okay.
so that I can go real fast. And then, I hope this moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't...
Well, when we changed it to a mule, things got a little fucky.
Yeah, my screen just got real whack right now, so... Like, I lost all the tokens and everything. Oh, there I am. Okay. Can I move the mule?
Yes, you
so.
should be able to now. I gave you control of it.
Appreciate it. So I'm not going to use the Expeditious Retreat. Oh, shit. Let's just go there. And I'm going to Scorching Ray that Berserker right there, because he's looking at me funny and I don't like it.
Okay. Yeah, alright. All that.
So the first thing I'm going to do before I forget is my Arcane Firearm bonus.
Well, it's only if you hit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, dude.
Damn. Alright, I'm sorry, can you undo that?
I don't know if it actually... Oh, no, it did. Yeah, I did it.
Hopefully one of these 3 hits.
Yeah, I mean...
Alright.
I guess I'll just assume you're gonna hit. But, yeah, go for it. You hit.
Nice, nice. It's got the reroll if I roll a 1. Excellent.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
the fire effect. That's how we rolled it.
Again.
It's actually making you way stronger than it should, but what are you gonna do?
Sorry, I thought I rolled a second. There it goes.
Pew pew pew! Another hit. Another
Is he still
chunk of
alive?
damage. He's still alive. He's a tough boy.
Well, we got one more.
That's right.
Bang.
Kabang. And you hit him again. Pew 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 with your lasers. He remains up. And this berserker is going to try and crawl his way through that difficult terrain. Does he take damage in it or no? Guess no. And he's gonna attack Johoff. Swinging it twice. This one is going to leap into this tree and then leap down at Damon. And swing. And Damon blocks it with a shield. Okay. Johoff, you are up.
So just to be clear,
Clear what? That's like the opposite of clarity. You stop talking.
oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
So just to be clear, there's no disadvantage for me trying to punch from on top of a horse.
Yeah, it's fine. But
Okay.
so here's the deal with the horses. They can get targeted and be killed, and they don't have a lot of HP. So just keep that in mind for those of you who are riding into battle.
Yeah, well, I mean, probably makes sense to at least finish this guy from the top of the horse before I get off.
Sure.
But I don't think I can target him because it wants to target the horse.
Oh. Yeah, here, how about I pull him back one square? Yeah. So, how do you do it?
You know what? I'm actually gonna sort of move off the horse, so I'm going to basically use my dexterity to leap from the horse's back and come down and punch him down on the head as I'm coming down towards him.
Yeah. That's how it goes. You jump off the horse and punch him in the face and break his neck in the punch.
People's elbow.
From the top of the ropes.
While yelling, "Save yourself, beer wagon!" So let's see. Can I?
Yeah, Beer Wagon starts running that direction at your command.
Okay. Right. So that's just one
Mhm.
thing there. Oh, easy peasy. Whoops. Oh my god.
I got you.
And then we're gonna attack this boy. I can't tell. Did that do it?
Yeah, it did it. He's out. That's actually perfect amount of damage. So you jump off your horse and punch that guy dead. Tell your horse to flee to safety, and then come and punch this other berserker to death next to DeMarcus.
Yeah, I technically got another punch, but I don't think I can reach anybody.
You could punch DeMarcus or his horse.
Yeah, I thought about it. I'll save that for
Punch the
later.
horse.
Okay, so Mel, who's still on the horse, is going to... Ooh, what the fuck? He's going to come running this direction, shooting as he rides at this guy over here. Oh. And he hits once. And it is now this berserker's turn, who is going to attack this wormling. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Ah. There we go. He swings at you and hits you hard twice. And it is now this berserker who's dead. Damon, you're up.
I will ignite my sword with one action and then swing at one of the berserkers with my second.
Okay. Didn't we say the ignition was a bonus action, or what did we roll on that?
I thought it was an action, but if you want to say bonus action, I'll take that and swing again.
Yeah, I think that would be fair. I think the problem we had last time was the question of is it a free action or a bonus action. I think we should say it's a bonus action since it's pretty significant.
Okay. I think then I will use my action surge to swing one more time at him.
Okay. Yeah. So you bring the pain, start carving into this guy, and you bring him down. Vosner, you are up. Gert.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my phone fell asleep. So, yeah, I'm gonna just target this guy and bite him. Let's make sure I'm doing it from the character sheet.
Oh, a crit bite!
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
you like bite him in his neck and it starts bleeding like horrifically. Is that your turn?
I am. Could I fly around him and on the other side and essentially give, well...
Yeah, I can't remember if we stopped doing flanking in this game. Like, I can't remember if we did once we switched to this But anyways, I'll have to check my notes or something.
I don't
But
know.
yeah, you can
Really love
fly
that.
around him and it doesn't fuck anything up.
All right, and then I'll bonus action heal.
Okay.
Because, all right, I gotta see what hit dice he has. Because he has different hit dice. 5d8.
Okay. So
I gotta roll a d8. Okay.
while you're doing that, this barbarian's going to use 10 of his movement to get, I guess 20. And then he's going to, seeing the writing on the wall, retreat. And you regain 10 hit points. And it is Isolde's turn.
Alrighty. I think she would probably just try to reserve spell slots and such, so I'm just gonna do a little Sacred Flame intro.
Okay. On this faraway guy?
The one up by Damon, he
Okay.
took 5 damage.
Okay. Is that your turn then?
Yep.
DeMarcus, you're up.
Alright, I guess I will ride. Ooh, can I move?
Yeah, it's a little tight. Oh,
Yeah, I am off my horse though. I'm just gonna move up there as though I were on my horse. I'm gonna attack that guy. You can go 60, right? Yeah.
yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah, we did it.
Alright, and then attack this guy. And
Wow.
miss. I'm gonna just swing at him again.
Oh my god.
Proceed.
All right, that's amazing. Taryn, you're up.
All right, I'm just gonna ride forward a little bit, and then I'm going to cast a chromatic orb, and I'm gonna twin it so I can get both of these guys.
Nice.
Go. Oh, I'm on my horse.
Oh shit! I just realized we never took a break. Sorry, everybody.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh. All right, that's my turn.
That's amazing, because, yeah, anyways. If it wasn't anything but a 1, would have hit, basically. Missile, you're up.
Alright, let's go here.
Nice, you brought the mule with you. Atta
Yeah, buddy.
boy.
Though he be small, he be hardy.
Yeah, I know.
And what to do to this guy? Hell, I'm just gonna firebolt him.
Atta boy. Just pew pew.
That's right. So Missile loads his arcane firearm with a shot and a little bit of powder. Well, powder first and then the shot. Yep.
And
This
he
guy
hits.
got- Alright, and we're not done yet because ba-bang.
Nice. You fire a firebolt out of your thing and it hits the berserker. And this berserker gets to go, and he's surrounded on all sides, and he's gonna turn at this wormling and swing twice. Pew pew. Johoff, you're up.
Was it not working? Can I hear it?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I must have not hit the button correctly. Yeah, can I get in that crowd there?
I'm gonna say in order to get to that guy, you're gonna have to do some sort of acrobatics to jump over a horse.
Yeah, I'll do that. But I want to do that like parkour slide they do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So if you critically fail this, I'm gonna have the horse kick you. Just want you to know that.
I mean, that seems fair.
Yep.
Seems fair.
Okay.
So should I do the roll first, or
yeah, roll the acrobatics to see if you can slide under a horse. Nice. Yeah, you zip under the horse, and it doesn't even notice you. And I'm just gonna throw you, yeah, right here where that guy is.
Yeah, stand on that dead guy's body.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the style.
Yeah. You're a punching machine. And he's surrounded on all sides, getting punched and beaten to death. And he's so tough that he does not die. And top of the order, Mel rides a little bit closer and trains his eye on the berserker who's running and shoots, and then whispers something into his bow and shoots again, and a like magical arrow comes flying out of it, and it hits the guy, and it like just rips him apart. And this berserker is dead. Damon, you're up.
He's going to like get as close to the berserker as he can, and as calmly as in what he considers to be a calm voice, say, "Please lay down your weapon and surrender to us."
He screams at you, like spitting blood all over your metal exterior.
Am I able to make like an attempt to forcibly disarm him?
I think you would have to grapple him first, and it would require a lot of successful grapples. He also looks like he's like bleeding heavily and about to die.
Right on. Then we'll just do it this way.
Okay, so you ask him to surrender. He spits in your face, and how do you kill him? Damon?
So much suspense.
I would just like wipe my face and then like make a very basic slash across his body.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough energy to avoid it, and almost welcomes it and dies. And that is the combat.
Missile looks like a little upset that it's over so quick.
And Mel comes riding through. Oh yeah, you got anything?
I was just gonna get down off my horse and examine some of these bodies.
Okay, so Mel would say to the group, it can't be far from here. They don't usually patrol that far out from their den, so we should move.
Do you have an idea in which direction?
Yeah. Follow me. And he's kind of like,
turn.
Thanks. He's kind of waiting for you guys.
Do I find anything on these bodies?
No, just like rags. There's a great axe on the ground.
I can't wield that.
Yeah. I mean, it is worth something, but it is heavy as fuck. So, your call.
John, how does one mount their beer wagon?
So I don't know if you guys can do it, but if you shift click to highlight yourself, so there's a difference between targeting something and selecting something. So if you have both of your things selected and then you right click on your horse, there is a little horsey icon that says Mount Johoff onto Draft Horse.
So
Right.
shift click yourself.
So just select yourself and your horse, and then right click on your horse, and there's a horsey button. No targeting required.
Nice.
The only problem is that it will change the size of your model, as you can see with Missile, who is now really tiny. And if you accidentally mount the horse onto you, then the horse gets really tiny, and then it like bugs out a little bit. So, but anyways,
Excellent.
yeah, we're still in beta. Anyways, so he leads you through the woods and brings you to this location. Did it load? It's loading. It's loading.
Oh boy.
Oh, what time of day is it? Is it like at the end of that last section of travel?
Yeah, it is like the evening, I guess. Though this screen would suggest that it's midday. So it's like, let's say, 6 p.m. And he basically leads you, and he asks you guys to dismount, and he leads you quietly through the woods until you're within, like, in the tree line. You can see the front gate, which has a barbarian sitting at the top of it, kind of looking out, but kind of half-ass looking. For the record, the next scene is a pretty large fight, and it is 4:16. Would you prefer to start it and have it be a cliffhanger how it's going, or would you prefer to completely save the fight and just start up next time at the start of the fight? Maybe we should do a vote.
I'm down for a cliffhanger, but whatever other people want to do is cool with me.
Yeah, I'm up to keep playing. When's our cutoff time? 5?
Yeah. That seems to be the end time for at least, alright, for, I think Tim is at 5. Needs to leave.
Yeah, I can keep playing and have a cliffhanger. That's cool.
Okay.
I'll go till 5. That's fine.
Okay. So, yeah, no worries, Tim. I mean, normally we cut it off at about this time anyways. It's National Holiday 420. Anyways,
Hell yeah.
John, it's 420 all Sunday long.
that's right.
Amazing.
This is a family stream, so I'm going to have to ask you to keep that down.
No, my clocks are broken.
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah. This clock's right. Twice a day. Okay, so Mel turns to you guys and says, "Can anybody help me take this guy out quietly? I think if we can get into the mine before they know we're here, we'll have an advantage."
Do we want to do this now in the evening or wait until the following morning?
They'll notice when their scouts don't come back, so it's better to move quickly.
Could I, if I were to use like magic missile, could I like have them all like zip around and like hit him in the back and try and knock him off that ledge?
I wouldn't let it move him because the spell doesn't indicate that it moves anything, but you could hit him. There are spells that physically move people, but usually they're loud.
What does the... I guess he would see me approaching. Never mind. I was going to say, I was going to ask if it was something I could climb to like pull him down. But
yeah, I mean, you could attempt to stealth closer, but it is he would roll you would roll stealth against his passive perception.
Yeah. My stealth is +8. Well, I'll offer it as a possibility to the group.
I guess Mel would say, I mean, you could try, but the second he sees you, he's gonna shout. So, I guess maybe we all train on him and shoot him if he sees you?
Why, I suppose he probably would shout if I pulled him off that thing anyway.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I mean,
Maybe
I
you
could-
should sneak up on him, and then
Is-
we all shoot him, and then you can pull him over so people don't just see his corpse.
Mel sends his bird, like, into the area, like, just because it's an owl, and it swoops back and kind of relays to him that there's not much beyond the front gate.
Okay. Well, I guess if we pull him off the top, then, unless you wanted me to fly up there.
Or
Oh
just,
yeah, I
I
would
can
say
try
you're
to
still
paralyze
in dragon form, whatever health it had. So you had a bronze wormling with 8 health.
21 health. Oh, is it 8? Oh yeah, right.
because he swung at
Yeah.
you. So you can pull that on yourself if you want. So, how do you guys want to proceed?
If I enlarged him, could we get advantage on our ranged attacks?
You enlarged the guy?
The barbarian, because a consequence is his attacks would be 1d4 more, but if we get advantage on our attacks,
I mean,
I'm just
I don't
curious.
think it would change the. Plus, I think you would have to be willing. I don't know if you can enlarge a non-willing creature.
Oh, it has to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, fair enough.
If we're trying to be settled, making their guard giant probably won't help.
Just brainstorming.
Yeah, I like it, but yeah, I don't think it would. work.
Marcus says to Mel, I can hold him still and paralyze him, but if the spell fails, he'll know anyway, and I don't know how much good it would do.
Oh, he says, how far away do you need to be to do that?
60 feet.
Alright. That sounds like a good bet. Why don't you try that? And the rest of us
Alright,
cast our shit. Shoot our stuff.
Yeah, I'll have magic missile ready at like 2nd level to launch at him.
Before we start combat, I'm gonna heal with my druid
Sure.
skill.
I'll
Could I
creep
use an
forward a
action
little
to
bit.
change Mortimer to Force Ballista?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
And I'll ready a ray of frost for when DeMarcus casts.
Okay. So, why don't you cast this?
He's just gonna say, "Let me cast first, because it'll make it easier to hit him." She's gonna hit him with heading bolt.
Okay, so DeMarcus, cast your hold person. He fails. So he's standing there looking out, and DeMarcus. Well, how does it look when you cast this spell?
DeMarcus would actually just kind of like utter a prayer to the sky and ask for divine energy to do it for him. It's like a very kind of like prayerful way of doing it.
Okay. And you see the berserker get rigid, and a ray of frost strikes. And because it's held person, any... sorry, I have to look up what are the rules of paralysis. Right? It's any
Right,
hit
you
is a
get
crit.
advantage anyway.
I think
Oh, yeah.
any hit is a crit. It's not advantage, but any hit is a crit.
So there was 9 points from the roll, so it would be 18 plus 5.
Yeah,
which is
paralyzed creature. Sorry, go ahead, Stu.
he would take 23 damage, not 14 damage. So if you add another 9 to him.
To crit
Okay.
if the attacker is within 5 feet.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah. So, you guys let out a barrage of explosions, and it just brings this guard down, and he just falls to the ground, and you just snuff him out. And, Mel starts running towards the gate. And we'll just assume this guy's dead. And, he begins to push it open. And when you do, ta-da! It's an open mine, like, cart area. And, he looks in the courtyard and then points to the one with the blood spill and says, I think it's in there.
It's being the hostage area.
Their dwelling. And, Mortimer spins in circles. And, yeah.
Running past, Karen will like bend down and like pick up, like kind of like rub the blood and kind of get some on his finger and kind of sniff it, because it was magical, and to see if like it seemed weird because they do blood magic.
Oh, it feels like regular blood.
Okay.
And, you guys venture into the Barbarian Caves. Oh yeah, I forgot to put your tokens in here. Hold on. All is dark for now.
I'm gonna quickly cast Aid on Taryn, Johoff, and DeMarcus.
Okay. How's it looking for vision right now?
Very close. Just, 15 feet or so across these hallways.
Okay. Yeah, that should be. Yeah, Vosner. Okay. Got your...
So that buff that's in my inventory for aid, that's the right one?
Yeah, if you equip
Yeah,
that,
it should give you 10.
Yep.
Oh, mine says it gives me 10 armor class on the buff stat.
What?
Give you
Yeah.
10, your max HP.
Yeah. That's the inventory thing says armor class though, so.
Weird.
Does it
I
give
don't
us
know.
HP?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So-
does.
Just to be clear, when I turn it on, my actual hit points don't go up, but my max hit points go up. That's correct?
Well, it
Both
does
go
what
up.
it should fix both. So if it does go up,
Okay.
increase your max to, or your current to match it.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you venture into this dark cave, you see in front of you a trail of blood that grows wider and wider and deeper and more full. The farther you look into the cave, the air is kind of misty and like wet, and you can kind of taste the blood, that like the iron and blood in the air as you're walking into here. It is a little bit unnerving. And Mel turns to the rest of you and says, well, we made it. Keep together. This could get bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
and-
No one get too far from me.
And what I'm gonna do is basically throw it all into initiative order. Let me hide all of this. Oops, so sorry. Okay. Roll all the dice for who goes when. But you guys cannot see them. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna unhide all of them. So many dice. Oh, but you can see all the names. Don't read the names! Don't read the names!
I can't see any
Yeah, we
names.
can't
Yeah,
see
we don't see
anyone in
those.
the.
We only see our own party.
Yay!
I
Game
think
is
he means-
designed well.
I think he means in the chat.
Yeah, shh, 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 don't tell.
Oh.
I was
Don't look
looking at the
chat.
combat tracker. I
God
won't.
damn it. No! Alright, so, what happens?
I only see the bottom 6, and that's all us, if that helps.
Oh,
So,
that makes me feel so much better. Okay. So, Mel is up first, and he walks into the room, and spotting a target already opens fire. Firing
Wow.
twice. And he turns to you guys and does the hand wave come on. And that guy doesn't know what's happening. That guy doesn't know what's happening. Missiles cannon is not his own turn. Oh, this barbarian is going to run at Mel and start swinging. And he brings his great axe down on Mel twice, carving into him. And he kind of tries to deflect with his bow, and it just hits him anyways. And it is now, well, I'm going to do Gert's turn on his actual character turn, not the Wormling turn. Actually, no, I'll give it to you, Gert. What do you do as a Wormling?
I'm gonna fly and bite that guy.
Nice.
But let me first undo this. Fly and bite him there. Of course.
By the way, Mel, who is a seasoned ranger and who has encountered druids, is a little bit blown away by your draconic form. Oh, you miss. He's very surprised by it.
By me missing, I'm not surprised by that. But yeah, I'll take a bonus action to. How many more left do I have? Actually, never mind. I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay. Taryn, you're up.
All right. Going to move forward a bit. There. And then, since all I see is that berserker, I'm going to shoot him with a ray of frost.
Okay.
You're gonna actually hit.
As you hit him, he lets out a scream that echoes through the cave. And, yeah, is that your turn?
I'm going to then back up 2.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Yeah, okay. Damon, you're up.
I'm going to move forward a little bit. And then I will also attack the berserker with a ray of frost.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, you hit him hard with a ray of frost. And, is that your turn?
Yes. No, I will use my bonus action to ignite my sword.
Okay. And your sword lights up, and let me make it so that you're light up. the whole cave starts to glow brightly. And a berserker comes rushing down. And swings at Damon. Missing both attacks. Isolde, you're up.
I'm gonna move up and then cast Bless at first level on Hoff, Demarcus, and Damon.
Does everybody have that buff in their inventory? It was
Yeah.
Joe Hop to Marcus Damon? Okay. Joe Hop.
Looks like I've got it in there.
Yep. And yep, okay, all three of you have it, so you can just equip that buff. And is that your turn? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Missile, you're up.
I said yes.
No, it didn't come
Can you hear
through
me?
for some reason. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, weird.
So, Missile doesn't like to do things up close, so he's just gonna point, and Morty's gonna go and do his dirty work. And we're gonna shoot that berserker there with a force ballista.
Cool.
Bang. Bang. Nice.
Okay.
And it should move 5 feet away. Opposite the cannon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it moves, it gets knocked back. Damon, you get an attack of opportunity as it gets pushed away. And you bring your flaming sword down on a stumbling berserker who howls in pain.
And Missile gets a tear in his eye, marveling at the cohesion of the two constructs working together.
Is that what you do for your turn, or are you done?
Yeah, that's going to be it. I'm just going to sit tight for now.
Okay.
Let me move in just a smidge. Just we'll go
Don't
up
you
here
attack
with our
as
boy.
missile as well? Like as like.
I can, but Joe Hop's right in the way, and I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to like shoot my gun right behind his right ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, you're cool.
You could do like a Mad Max Furiosa type thing.
Elaborate.
When she balances the rifle on his shoulder in Fury Road, and it's just like, don't breathe.
Can we do that?
I don't think that missile's tall enough.
No, yeah. Joe Hop, take the lead, please.
Joe Hop is
Marcus
up.
will lift him up. Yeah.
Joe off will grip it between his knees.
Oh.
Bad choice.
We're going with it. So, can I cast a firebolt? Is
Yeah,
that
you can
accept-
you can shoot a firebolt.
upon his knee,
Nice. You shoot your fire bolt.
and just follow up with the old ba-bang.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Joe Hoff, you're up.
So moving down here, the ruler puts me kind of through this wall. Is that okay to do like that move?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
Assuming it lets you. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Is that him?
Yeah, you punch him to death.
All right, and then I'm going to flurry of blows and move to this guy.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use, since flurry of blows gives me disengage and 15 extra feet, I'm just going to move like back a smidge.
Okay.
Back to there.
So as you bring down that one and the other one is like bleeding out on the floor, you hear this horrifying wail from across the room of this woman. It sounds like a child screaming, but also like the oldest person you've ever heard screaming. It's like otherworldly, and the air begins to like thicken, and the blood in the air gets even more dense. And DeMarcus, you are up.
Am I just looking at like a wall of people in front of me that I can't move through?
Yeah, kind of. I'm gonna allow you to skirt by them because they're your friends.
Okay. So, shit. I guess I would move around over here then. And I guess I'll move this way.
Okay.
I don't really see anything, and without just dashing into the middle of nowhere, you know what? I'm just gonna hold an attack if somebody runs up.
Yeah. Go for it. Vosner. You're up. There is a berserker in front of you with 3 health.
Oh shit! I didn't know that guy was still alive. My bad.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I will wait in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Did we skip Mel?
Nope. Oh, sorry, shit, yeah. I was giving Vosner 2 turns. My bad. Back to Mel. Mel is going to, pull his short sword and attack this berserker and cut him down. And then sheath it and look to the mist and say, well, that's certainly not inviting. To the rest of you. And he's going to move forward slightly. And this berserker is going to move here. This. And yeah, it is now Vosner's turn. And now that guy's dead.
I'm gonna fly over here.
Okay.
I guess hold my action if something gets close to attack it. But I'll use my bonus action to heal one more time.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. And it is Terran's turn. Oops.
All right. So I will move to follow, and just stand over this dead berserker. Can I see the berserker over here?
Which one?
I'll do like a.
Yeah,
This guy.
you can see him.
All right. Actually. How far can I throw my bead of fireballs?
Normal fireball distance.
Okay. How far is that?
I don't know,
think
you've
it's
got the
120
spell.
feet.
It's
Oh, you don't have it.
no, I just have the.
It's
I-
150 feet.
Okay. In that case,
Oh, you can throw it up to 60 feet away, says the bead.
okay. Then I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I will instead just cast chill touch on this one.
Okay.
I don't want to run in front of everybody. That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, you, slow his movement?
Yeah. No. Chill touch makes undead have disadvantage on their next attack.
Oh, okay.
But
he is not undead. Damon, you're up.
Did you say we can see like these three up here?
Whatever you can see on your screen, you can see in the game.
Dope. Then Damon is going to cast haste on himself. That's the wrong one. There we go.
For the record, you guys haven't had a long rest since the last 2 fights you did, so.
Yeah, so I only have, I think, 1 third level spell slot left.
Okay. Just making sure. Woof. He's a fast boy.
I think I'm just going to get up here.
Okay.
And shoot the Berserker with the Ray of Frost.
Go for it. Yeah. So you sprint into action. Wait, you can't do that because haste doesn't allow you to make spells.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. Is there a movement penalty for, like, climbing the ladder?
It's a downward, so you could just jump on him, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do that then.
Yeah, you guys are on the highest level looking down into this cave that slowly descends. There's also a waterfall that falls, that you can't see very well, but you can hear it, that kind of plummets into this lower level. Okay.
And that is my turn then.
Yeah, so you come running and jump off the ledge and smash into this berserker. And Isolde, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move up. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon, which has a range of 60 feet, so I'm going to cast it right next to the middle berserker on that ledge.
Okay.
Like 2 steps to the right of Damon.
Yeah.
And so that'll let me attack with it this turn, but I also have my regular action, so I'm also going to Sacred Flame that guy, which is a cantrip.
Nice.
Fair enough. And then, do you have the little spiritual weapon guy, or no?
I give it to
I can roll
you.
from my sheet.
I think it's on... You have it in your minions order. I'll throw it on the field for you, though. Cool. Yeah, so you summon the little token, and it brings your holy mace down and hits him.
Yep.
Missile, you're up.
I lost sight though when you put that on, just so you know.
Oh.
Alright, this is very exciting. So Missile's going to take his movement to get right behind DeMarcus, and he's going to pull out his firearm and take aim at a very, very long shot, 120 feet to the Blood Witch. And as he readies his aim, his breastplate, his smoldering breastplate kind of like gets hot, and Taryn and DeMarcus, and I guess maybe Johoff a little bit, you smell in the air like somebody's got a mild pot of beef broth like cooking somewhere, but it's a little bit rancid. because of all the blood in the air against the breastplate. And so Missile readies his shot at maximum range, and he's going to go for the Blood Witch with Scorching Ray. So let's see if we can do this. Okay. Did it roll damage? It did. Let's get the Arcane Firearm on that. And then we have... We'll keep them going. Nice. Bummer. Nonetheless, 2 good shots, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna say to DeMarcus, let's be expeditious, and on DeMarcus, I will cast Expeditious Retreat. So that you can take as a bonus action, DeMarcus, the dash action.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that did no damage to her. Good God.
She's a tough witch. Alright, yeah. And, Berserker. This one is going to run at Damon. And bring down the hammer. Do you want to deflect that? Can you? It's a 25. Oh, you do have haste.
Yeah, so shield brings me to 28.
Damn. Alright, he's gonna swing a second time and miss. I guess you're at 28 for the rest of the turn, huh? It's bananas. It's like this class was well designed or something. Okay, this character. Okay. And then, Johoff, you're up.
Right. I'm going to use one of the perks of being a monk here and use my bonus action for my dash.
Nice.
And then... Oh, whoops.
Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of trouble because you are jumping through walls. There are, like, levels, but it should be fine.
Okay. And then...
Oh, yeah, sorry. Does that help? Did I fix it?
What's the matter?
No.
No.
So, the problem with having 2 tokens on the board is
There
that
you go.
if they can see different things, you're gonna block out one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, just leave it with that, like, back. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Y'all know where it is.
Alright, I'm gonna give this guy 2 punches.
He punches away.
And then use my remaining speed and the... Oh, no, wait. Nope, because I didn't flurry of blows because I used my bonus action. I'm actually going to stay.
Okay. A berserker comes from here and comes right to here. This one attacks Damon. And 24 does not hit. Did I undo the damage last time after it hit you? I didn't. I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, so, yeah, he misses, and then I'm gonna have him swim again. If he crits, he'll hit you, but... Oh, 28. That does hit you. Right?
Yep, that makes contact.
Okay, so finally something hits you. Cool. Cool. And, DeMarcus, you are up.
Okay. I will quickly ask Izzy, do you want me to go with everybody else or go down below to the south and split up?
She's just gonna say stay with the group.
I'll use my bonus action. And John, did you say we are leaping off of this thing?
Yeah.
Possibility?
Wait, you're
Yeah,
using
cool.
your dash? What are you doing?
Bonus action to dash, yeah.
You don't have bonus action to dash. You're not a...
No, I
This will
gave him
give him-
expedition
Oh, sorry. It's like, who do you think you are?
Well, I'm going to use my other bonus actions to do all other kind of stuff too. Are you telling me I can't do that?
Correct. You can't do anything ever
Okay.
again.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just going to like leap off this thing kind of into the shit, I guess.
Cool.
And I'll attack this guy. I need to target him. And someday one of these is going to hit, man. Someday.
Yeah. And it does.
Okay.
Swing and crush. You kill him.
Alright, I'm done.
You, in 2 hits, crush him, and you could technically use a bonus action to attack, but you already
Holy
used
shit.
it.
Oh yeah, I killed him. Yeah, right.
And then it
Damon
is...
is really satisfied to see Marcus back in the swing of things.
Yeah. And it is now Vosner's turn, then Mel's turn. Because...
It's Mel and
yeah,
then Vosner.
yeah, that's what I meant. And then Mel is going to run this way, and then shooting down at this berserker while he's doing it. And he lands 2 arrows. And that is his turn. For some reason I can't get the window to break out anymore.
I forgot to make my Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
For getting hit.
yeah, make it. You pass.
Cool.
And out of the darkness, a figure appears. Oh my god, what happened to my sight? And rushes up to Isolde.
Sentinel?
What kind of figure?
You didn't see her until just now. It's a Nordic-looking woman with blood all over her body, carrying a very long knife. And she swings to stab into Isolde. Oh shit, that's supposed to be advantage.
Does anyone else not see Isolde's token?
I'm right at the top of the bridge.
And
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
see it.
you won't be able to because you guys went down a level. And
I'm okay.
oh my god, is the game lagging? Okay. And then comes up from behind her
Crit?
and crits for a lot of damage.
Oh god.
Oh shit, it healed.
Good.
Okay, so hold on, I gotta fix that. Isolde went down to 25 and then took 25. So she basically, this figure came out of the darkness and critically hit and one-shot Isolde, who is now unconscious.
So anyone on the lower level that couldn't see me just sees my spiritual weapon blink out.
And we lose bless.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we'll end it for today.
John, I hate your cliffhangers.
Hey man, it's 5 o'clock, otherwise I'd keep going.
Oh god.
Well,
Oh, sorry, not exactly there. And then she uses her she just basically runs away. And
Sentinel.
yeah, do the attack. See if you hit her. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, she can take the disengage as a bonus action. So I think Sentinel gets through that.
Yeah, disengage doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you miss anyways. And so she basically, like, appears from the mist, stabs Isolde, and Isolde drops unconscious right in front of Terran, Missile, and Bosner in a dragon form. And then she, like, fades back into the mist and hides. And, well, that's where we're gonna end for today.
Damn
Oh
you.
my god.
I'm not gonna be able to focus on anything now this whole
Oh
week.
my god.
Damn you. It's alright.
So good.
It's alright. We'll be alright.
Yep. Okay.